There we go.
Fuck, I forgot, dude.
It's been so
too long,
dude.
Wipers. It's been way too long.
Yeah. So I know the audience is like, it's just 1 week, but for us, it's been like a month.
Yeah.
Like a month we haven't chatted.
Shit. It's probably more like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
I've been gone for a month.
Yeah, and then Nick's been going all over the place. So we're gonna so for this episode, it's one of our crew casts. So that means it's just us catching up. We've been off doing our own thing for like a month, and we haven't had a chance to film. So this is our first time back in a while. So we're a little rusty with the clap and the wiping and everything.
Yeah, we need to get it out of the way before our next guest.
On top of that shit, we got some business to discuss too. Some people came through with some sponsorships and gifts. I mean, Whistle Pig. Patrick Anderson hooked us up with some fucking Whistle Pig.
Yeah, one of the dudes came by. I was just about to leave, and he was like, he had to come through the side door because I couldn't even lock it up. And he came by and had like a whole conversation about like the background of the Whistle Pig stuff. It was dope.
Grip of this. This is snout and tail bourbon.
Fucking
thanks, Pat. And I don't know if you know the other guy's name. Because Patrick's a Whistle Pig guy in Austin who I met doing stuff with Joe. And then obviously he probably reached out to his rep here and was like, hey, hook these motherfuckers up with some booze.
Yeah, it was a local rep that came in.
They got a good reputation too, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff,
Well,
man.
dude, it's weird. It's a lot of people don't realize it's bourbon, but it's made in Vermont. A lot of people just think it's made in Kentucky, but yeah, it's got a whole unique taste. But dude, they got rye, they got a bunch of fucking stuff. It's fucking delicious. Good. Yeah.
I don't want to get into all the stuff yet. Let's keep a few surprises for what we
got.
But for you guys listening, thanks for tuning in. I know it's just the next week for you guys, but for us, it's been like a month, so we got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, it's a big reunion.
Ton of cool stories. And behind the scenes, we were also, too, like, Kevin was telling me a story. I'm like, dude, wait, just don't tell me yet. I want to wait and hear all the story on here. So we got a lot of stuff to... My back, I didn't do much. I was just catching up on a bunch of shit this last month. It wasn't... My month was... I had to go to the hospital fucking... 3 times if you include the cat this morning.
No way. Did you have another heart attack?
No, I don't know. But
what cat?
I don't think so. I had to take the cat to the vet this morning, but that was scheduled.
I thought you meant like a CAT scan or some shit.
Oh, no.
What the hell?
I had to go to the emergency room, and then Disney had to go to the urgent care. Anyway, but it's not that exciting. Nothing happened. It was just some bullshit.
You're not pregnant?
Not yet.
Does he need a break or a hymen riding a horse?
Break, yeah. So I don't really have much to share other than some, the trip to North Carolina and everything, but you guys have done a ton of stuff. What story do you want to start with?
Oh, man.
Kick it, Nick.
I'm trying to think of where we exactly left off. I guess first and foremost, one of them, I went out to Vegas, invited out by the Black Rifle guys, and went to Staccato and got put up at the link, and there was a grip of us there, a bunch of UFC fighters, Pastrana, who's notoriously associated with BRCC, Best and Evan Hafer and the whole crew, and got to shoot $5,000 pistols all throughout.
It's always fun.
The Staccato Vegas. It was pretty toasty, but absolutely fucking shit hot event. And it's just really good catching up with those guys. And one of the things I think that kind of stood out to me the most is Evan gave up and kind of gave a little speech towards the end of the shoot, and he was kind of apologizing to everybody, saying that they felt that the way the BRCC was going had kind of strewn away from the origins, right, due to having individuals in marketing or involved in the company that didn't really understand the brand. So they've cleaned house and are really kind of getting back to their roots. And bringing a whole lot of awesome people in.
Interesting.
And so the hospitality was incredible.
Their roots have always kind of been just giving back to the veteran community. I don't know that they've necessarily, in my opinion, I don't know that they've necessarily strayed too far from that.
Yeah, I think maybe we're just not close enough to it to know what the difference is.
Obviously.
I know that he had some animosity towards anybody that went to West Point, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the story? I didn't know the story behind that. Wasn't he an officer? Is he enlisted?
No. But
definitely not.
He was saying that, I guess at one point in time, there was somebody from West Point that was, I guess, CMO at a grocery store, or for a grocery store chain, and ended up kind of having a large hand in what was going on at BRCC. He's like, fuck no. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you got to keep your hand on the wheel, man.
Yeah, and I feel like that's absolutely what he's doing. Just keeping his hand on the wheel, steering the company in the right direction, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of getting back to sincerity and making it all about the vets instead of making it all about the money.
That's dope, man. I know those guys in periphery. Like we say hi when we see each other, but I don't like have their numbers. We don't go, go have beers on the weekends. But every time I interact with like a Matt or JT, like see them at SHOT Show sometimes, and they're super fun. They're always great. But
you know what's fucking funny is I was sitting down for lunch, and I was at a table with Evan and Matt, and I was wearing our Liberty Wrist shirt, the Marlboro one. And Evan's like, "Oh, I love that podcast." And he's like, "Do you know about it?" I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm in it."
You don't love it that much.
And then he brought up Kevin and you guys kind of running amok in Texas together and all kinds of fun times and fun stories. And apparently Kevin was, the poking him like, "Come on, dude, come out with us. And he's like, "I'm a fucking old man, but apparently you're pretty good at peer pressure."
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh yeah, that checks out."
Yeah, I was. He came out was doing. I don't know if he was. Yeah, he was on Rogan, and then we went and shot. It was me, Evan, and obviously Joe and Colin Noir. Colin Noir. He's a big Second Amendment
black attorney guy.
Yeah, Second Amendment advocate up in Dallas, and we went to Staccato Ranch right there. It's between it's kind of like north of Austin. It's like an hour and a half away, and yeah, fucking awesome, man. And they always roll out the red carpet and just literally like you're saying, shooting these tricked out fucking pistols. They literally just came out with that C4X. I mean, Staccato. It's a. If people don't know, it's based on a 1911 frame. It's a.
What's the
2011?
Because most guns I haven't bought a gun in a while, but like $1,200 for a good one, right? Like, what's the difference between a $1,200 one and a $5,000 one?
I mean, I'd probably just say the CNC behind it, and also like 1911s and 2011s are very, I guess, precise and finicky as far as the tolerances go.
Oh yeah.
Parts and tuning and stuff like that.
Precision made, like you're saying.
Yeah, like working on like a 1911.
Use them.
Yeah, working on a 1911 or a 2011 is kind of like working on a Ferrari or kind of like a higher end car, like a little more difficult, and it's not just as simple as a clean breakdown. With
How much are Jesse James firearms?
Oh, dude, those things look fucking retarded.
Sick, dude.
I mean, those are
like
all
one-offs.
Those things are like all one-offs.
Yeah. Are they really?
Yeah.
Are they like ARs or pistols?
No, he makes ARs. He makes pistols. He makes AR-10s.
Yeah.
He makes, dude. He does everything. But dude,
it's like Damascus Steel 1911.
He's got these 1911s that are fucking retarded. Just like he hand forges the metal and then mills out the slide and
wild.
I mean,
those got to be like at least 50 to 100 grand for a pistol.
Oh, right? Easily.
Yeah.
I think he traded. Dude, he traded. I don't know. I'm kind of talking out of my ass, but I remember he traded a fucking pistol to somebody for like a fucking car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, probably a nice one too, not like a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a career before making guns?
What?
West Coast Choppers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm making sure it's the same one. Also, they're from Orange County, New York. And
No.
Beach, baby.
That's Orange County Choppers.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the guy.
So
there.
that's the Tuttles. That's
the Tuttles,
Paul and Paul Sr. and Paul Jr. But so Jesse James got to start, and this is a phenomenal fucking story for people, especially for branding and entrepreneurship and stuff like that.
I've been following Jesse for years.
Yeah, like he does a really good.
He had Monster Garage too.
Yeah.
What's that?
He had Monster Garage too.
Yeah, he did that on the Discovery Channel, and he's got a good following of people who, just like motorcycles and shit. But he did this sit down interview with this guy Bessinger. I don't know. He's he's some kind of interviewer or some shit. He's got like a podcast, but no, I mean, I'm not trying to discourage what the guy does. I just don't follow him. But I just happened to come across on one of my reels, and like Jesse was talking about all his stuff and doing all coming up in the industry, and he was working for a bunch of different bike companies. Like I think he worked for Precision, Roland Sands and Performance Machine. And then he started tweaking on shit and was making his own like fenders and stuff for bikes, and people were like, dude, those fenders are dope. And so he basically like not really cornered the market. He basically he was working his day shift, and then at night he would come home and he'd weld on, you know.
He's a craftsman, dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't just slap shit on. Like, he's a
like
full-on
his shit's
from
nat's
soup to
ass
nuts
fucking
craftsman,
perfect.
yeah.
But and then he basically started West Coast Choppers out of that, and it just grew and grew and grew. And I guess what the thing I was most drawn to, at least his statement, he said when he would go to work in the mornings on the 405 or, you know, driving around fucking LA, Long Beach area, he said the earlier he went to work, he said the more expensive the cars were on the road. So he's like, yeah, okay, I'm getting up at 5:30 in the fucking morning, or 5 in the morning, I'm driving to work. He's like, dude, there's, you know, Benzes, Mercedes, and fucking all these, you know, decent fucking cars. You don't see any beaters on
Cadillacs,
the road.
yeah.
He goes, the few days he would go in at like 9, you know, he's seeing, you know, all the landscape trucks come by and all the fucking beaters and the fucking, you know, and he goes, yeah, it kind of tells you something about dedication and people fucking putting the fucking grind to it. And, you know, he's not lying.
Yeah, that's an old clip, isn't it? I think I've seen that one before.
Yeah, that one is, for sure.
Yeah,
But
it's so true.
How the fuck did we get off on Jesse James?
I don't know. I wasn't even done with
we're
Vegas
like
yet.
two minutes in, and we're side questing already.
Oh, he lives in Austin. That's where I was going with
yeah.
that. He lives in Austin. His firearms, when he left the West Coast, he got out of Long Beach and he moved to fucking Austin, where Sandra Bullock lives there too. I don't know if he moved there prior to them getting married or if that was always in the plan, but he lives there now. Owns Austin Speed Shop, and he makes custom firearms. I think he's in like Dripping Springs or some shit.
Yeah, little side quest to the side quest on that. So, do you know why they broke up, him and Sandra?
I think he was fucking around with some other chick or
It
something.
was this one chick in particular.
Oh, the chick from Danny's, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So she works at Danny's now.
She works at Danny's?
Yeah, she's actually a really cool chick, man. She goes to my gym and everything. I've known her.
Was she
for
like she's all tattooed, right?
Totally tattooed, yeah. But she's actually really like a really dope chick. But yeah, I ended up meeting her through my financial advisor, Doc, the old guy. You guys have met him. The old Jewish guy.
Financial advisor?
Yeah, he's an old Jewish guy. That's how you know he's good. But he's
What
awesome.
is that, velvet?
Dude, he's one of my best friends, man. He was the officiant at our wedding. He still dates.
He
like,
officiated your wedding?
yeah, he's like 72. He maybe I'm dating him. Maybe he doesn't say he's that old, but yeah, he still dates like 28-year-old strippers and everything. He's fucking hilarious, bro. He's awesome. I love that guy. But he introduced me to Michelle years ago.
Who's Michelle?
I don't know if I was supposed to say her name or not, but anyway, we'll see about that.
There you got first name, last name, place of business.
Yeah, but she's a dope chick, dude. It's been really cool to see her trajectory over the years, from like kind of being lost and I don't want to say not a troublemaker, but like, you know how you are when you're at that stage of life and just kind of like wild adventures all the time. And now she's, I don't say settled, but like a different person. She's had a really cool like character arc.
So is Danny's on the come up in this career arc?
I don't know. I've only seen her like
She
once
still
or twice.
works there now, right?
I don't know.
Or is this a few years ago?
This is a couple months ago, I think.
Until May Sue sells it.
I just randomly ran into her. I don't think we're supposed to talk about that yet.
No.
I'll have to cut that out.
Yeah.
But check this out.
She might be an interesting person to have on.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We'll have to check some NDAs first.
Yeah, right. So we were all getting wrapped up in Vegas, and I had to get back like that day because a good buddy of mine, Joe, was coming into town. So Joe got into town like the night before because poor bastard was like supposed to come out here for some chick he was talking to online, and bought his flights and everything. The day before he's supposed to come out here, she like calls him and is like, "Nah, sorry, I got back with my ex." Oh. So instead, he's like, "Hey, can I stay with you?" And I'm like, "No, I mean, you're staying at my house, but I'm not there." So either way, him and my
Yes,
wife
but I
were
can't
gallivanting
snuggle,
around together. Yeah, I'm like, stay in your fucking guest room.
You sure he didn't get catfished? What? You're coming out here? Oh, by the way, I just got back with my boyfriend.
Probably, dude. She's got like a mustache. And I was like one of the last fuckers out of Vegas. And we realized this pretty quickly on, but EDC Vegas was going on at the same time that we were there. So that's 180,000 people dressed in fucking strings and next to nothing and like rolling balls.
Wow.
Coming back out of this. So the casino is just
EDC, everyday carry.
Totally.
Yeah.
Every day carry a pocket full of drugs, dude.
So I get to the airport, and I'm like, dude, running on fumes. 3 hours of sleep every night because we're screaming and yelling at the blackjack tables and staying up, getting drunk with everybody. And so I get to the lounge, and all of a sudden, my flight gets delayed, and then delayed, and then delayed, and then delayed. So I got delayed 9 times in one fucking day.
Oh, that's this story. Dude. You sent us a picture of this. Yeah, all right.
And then they had, so I had 8 boarding passes, different boarding passes on my phone from that day. And you're supposed to have like a 4-hour limit at the lounge. No, I was there for 9 hours. And I am shithoused.
Wait, who sets this 4-hour limit code? Is that just a
Amex?
Is that a the lounge?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought you meant at a bar. I'm like, wait.
Oh no! So I was like posted up there, but here's the worst part: is I checked all my luggage and everything. So like my laptop's in there, and the podcast headsets, all of my clothes, all my toiletries.
You check your laptop?
I did on that one. It was also hidden. It was like locked in.
It's ballsy.
Got a little secret spot. And so I had like nothing to do. I'm just sitting there watching fucking tennis, which I have zero desire. I mean, unless it's women's tennis, and then it's halfway decent. So I stay, and then I come back the next day. Flight keeps on getting delayed. But the next day, as I came back, so Vegas had like a 80-mile-an-hour like windstorm going through it, so it shut down the entire airport.
Damn.
So all 150,000 people coming out of EDC are trying to get out, and then me. And now you have all these flights backed up. So I'm in line at security the next morning, and it's packed to the brim. And there's this old guy in front of me that just like keeps on like...
Oh, so you didn't even fucking get out that day?
No, hell no.
Oh,
so I called my buddy who's a lawyer out there in Vegas, and so I stayed with him all night. And when we had dinner or whatever. So I'm in line the next morning, and this guy just keeps on bumping all over us. And so the other guy's like, hey, dude, you all right? And he was just shithoused. He was tanked, but he's like, yeah, I get lightheaded sometimes. And I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. But like this guy's getting ready just to like full timber, and his arms wouldn't even came up either.
Was he drunk, or is he just like
I think
having
he was
an
hammered.
episode or something?
No, I think he was hammered because 5 minutes later, I'm still in line. I'm like looking at my watch, and I'm like, well, the flight's still getting delayed as I'm like sitting in security. And all of a sudden, I'm like, fucking fuck. Like somebody just farted in security line. And it just smelled awful. And so then I'm like, and I look down and like wide-eyed, I'm like, no way, dude. And this guy's leaning up against a pillar. And I swear to God, dude, it was just, it looked like the first ounce of mustard coming out of the container. But like this was like 30 ounces of mustard coming out from underneath his pant leg, all over his shoes. But the thing is, like, he was wearing like really nice shoes. Like he was like kind of well dressed.
Why did he have mustard in his shorts?
Dude, it was so bad. And I'm like next to this mom and his daughter, and everybody looks down, and he's sitting there, and then he like steps in it again, and it like slips, and then he goes and he fucking falls back, bounces his nugget off this. By this point, the entire security line's like scooting out. All the black chicks, oh, hell no. Look at this motherfucker.
You can always count on them for good commentary, dude.
Well, and then granted, that's the majority of TSA. And so I'm like, this. TSA comes over. They end up calling over. The entire airport announces a fucking biohazard cleanup at security line. They have to move all of us over. And this guy tries like walking with us in the general direction of like the crowd.
Guy.
They're like, nope, you fucking stay right the fuck there.
Hazmat.
And it's just streaming out. And as he's sitting there still doing this, like it's still
Is
like,
he still continuing to shit?
Yeah, and he's still continuing to shit, but he's just
does he know that he's doing it? Or is he just like,
I don't know. I mean, it was liquid enough to where like it could easily kind of seep out.
He just thought he sharted,
depending on his Vegas weekend.
Dude.
So hazmat, and then they take our entire security line, put it over to the other security line, but at the front. So now everybody behind us is fucking raging. And I'm like, Josh, give me my luggage. And so I finally got it. Then I spent another 10 hours in the airport lobby getting shit tanked again.
Oh my God.
And,
2 days
and then they brought it
getting shitty at the McCarran airport.
We'll post it up on our Instagram because I took a video of him. And so yeah,
not his face,
shows
not
up.
His face.
Unless
Oh no,
want
you
to.
can't see his face. He's just head down the whole time.
Oh,
and then he
poor
starts
guy.
walking off to where like TSA goes into the back, thinking like that's his terminal, not his terminal. So like take the 300-foot gaze on this.
This guy's having a bad day, bro.
Like he's gonna have to get on a flight. And he doesn't have his clothes, so now like if he's acting all nonchalant,
Bud.
Who's gonna like sitting down next to you and he's just completely like soaking through his jeans and mustard?
They gotta make you go buy.
They have to
pants somewhere.
kick you out or something.
Yeah, no, bro. Like
you're not getting on.
You should not even be at this airport, bro.
No.
Like,
You
go take 12 hours, regroup. Where the fuck you need to go?
Yeah.
And they were asking him like, are you traveling with anybody else? He's like, nope.
Oh, wow.
Not traveling with anybody. And I'm like, this guy's a liability. He's going to walk in front of the street, get hit by a taxi if he tries to leave the airport. You sure as fuck not getting let on an airplane. Oh. And like, I hope he has some chonies and baby wipes.
Just wrap a fucking towel around his waist.
I'll just pressure wash his ass.
Oh, that sucks, dude. I
That's
remember
fucking disgusting. Dude.
Disney and I were on a flight somewhere. I forget where it was. And we were in the lobby, right? The big ass area there. And we smelled this like BO. Just like gross.
Like Haji BO?
Sweaty, nasty BO. Yeah. And then we see this like Indian couple walking. And they look pretty normal, you know? But dude, they're like from here to the mirror or maybe even further. And you could smell them before you saw them. And it was unbelievable how bad they smell. I've never smelled anything that was so pungent and so concentrated. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's like a full deployment without a shower.
Dude, and then they got on our fucking plane, bro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then so they went past us. I'm like, oh, please don't fucking sit next to us. I mean, there was like 7 aisles where you're just like, what the fuck is going on? It smelled so bad, and then I forgot about
by
it.
people are like sitting in their seats going,
Dude, it was like straight up hazmat situation. And then they still let him on for whatever reason. If they sat next to me, I definitely would have been like, bro, I'm catching the next flight. Like, no fucking way. But I forgot about it, and then I got up to go pee.
You got nose deaf.
Yeah.
And then I went back to go to the bathroom back of the plane. And I'm like, bro, what does that fucking smell? The whole back third of the plane smelled like them. It was so fucking disgusting.
Like people
dude.
were just sitting there like,
What
Dude, I
happened
can't
to like,
imagine.
self-awareness?
Right. Or like, I mean, I don't know how long you'd have to go without showering. Probably like months to smell that bad. I mean, we've been overseas. You've been like, you haven't showered for a couple weeks, you know? You're like, never smelled that bad. Not even fucking close. This was horrible.
And even that, you're still in the field. I mean, you're still taking, like, I mean, I used to take baby wipes out in the field. And, dude, you're still fucking.
Balls, ass, and feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make an effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get that dick cheese out of there, man.
I don't know.
Fucking got that swass.
Or they had like
You got the butt cusp.
maybe a whole carry-on full of smegma or something, dude. It was fucking gross.
Yeah, you
bro.
gotta. Yeah, that's the worst. And I mean, fuck, man. I mean, it's not like India is known for being very hygienic.
No.
But at the same time, and it's sweaty and hot and just.
It's like $1.10 there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I
gross.
can see how it'd be very easily you just sweat all the fucking. It's like.
Yeah.
But still, like, fuck, man. Like you're saying, have some self-awareness and going. I mean, there's times when I've literally gone out and I'm like, dude, like, what the?
Smelling the beard.
I'm like, did I forget to put fucking deodorant on? I'm like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you realize it's like somebody behind you or some fucked up shit. But
yeah.
But yeah, that's fucking weird, man.
People are so strange, man. We live in our little bubble and we think our normal customs and everything because that's what everybody does. But holy shit, dude, you forget some parts of the world are not like that at all. Dude.
Yeah. Well, I do remember times being overseas. I mean, it's been a while. In the military, because those are the people you run into the most where you're just like, woof. Oh, my God. Like some of your partner force dudes in Iraq and you're just like, bro, like, put some fucking deodorant on or something, and they look at you like, "What's deodorant?" You're like,
yeah.
Oh
well, some cultures they
like,
consider it rude to wear deodorant.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fuck
no,
them.
no.
That's rude not to wear deodorant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They also don't use toilet paper, so.
Even Europe was kind of weird though, because I remember dancing this one specific night at this nightclub with like one of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life.
I thought you were gonna say a dude.
No, I mean there was that.
That was the
happening
next
too.
night.
That was when you're just like fist bumping a bunch of 18-year-olds drunk in Germany. But she was so hot, dude. And I was dancing with her, and she just stunk like BO. And after dating a German chick, kind of realized like they pretty much, because of all their limitations on zinc or aluminum, whatever you can put in your deodorant, they just use that spray-on deodorant. And when you're fucking jamming at a nightclub, fist pumping for 8 hours, like that shit doesn't hold up.
Yeah. You're like
some extra strength, dude.
They're like, man, I'm craving curry.
No, she was Russian. But the good news is it ended up with a blowjob in the back of the club that night.
There you go. I got some distance from your nostrils.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Keep it down there.
You just stand there like,
Yep.
and then you're sitting there wondering, like, man, I wonder what my crotch smells like.
Oh, she don't mind at that point, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Just some Axe.
Yeah. I will say, so being in New York for the last, month, it's like a whole nother animal. And I would Uber to and from work every day, going to the studio. And I was living in Queens and working in Brooklyn, which isn't that far away. Literally I was in Long Island City. And I would get these Uber drivers. It was like 80% are great. But then there's that 20% where either the motherfuckers can't drive or they stink or both.
Yeah.
Or you get in there and they stink bad enough to where they have that self-awareness, but they're like, I'll just spray a bunch of perfume in here. So now you're smelling like,
Dude.
Drakkar Noir covered in, like BO.
Ew.
And the dude's driving like 15 miles an hour in like a 30-mile-an-hour zone. And you're like, we're getting passed by Vespas and like old ladies with 4-prong walkers and shit. And you're like, bro, I got to get to work at some point.
You're not
like,
getting paid by the hour, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, New York's a fucking adventure, man.
Was it okay, or do you feel like COVID ruined it? Because I heard COVID just absolutely destroyed the city.
I mean, when I first got there, and I haven't been there in a while, I think the last time I was actually around New York, not just for like a weekend, but like for an extended amount of time, we used to do security for a guy that would go up there all the time. And he would always go up to Midtown near like Bryant Park area, like right by the New York Public Library. And yeah, it was definitely, to me, it seemed like it was a lot busier than it is now. I do feel like there's a lot of people that, maybe not a lot of people, but significant amount of people left New York either during COVID or maybe just the last several years because of, policies and fucking bullshit. But,
yeah, I haven't spent any time there since in and out, but I think 2016 or 17 was the last time I was there.
Yeah.
I think about the same.
Yeah. But it was weird. Like, first couple days of being in that area, I'd work a couple days here and there, and I'd have the occasional day off, and walk outside to go around. This was like very late April, early May, and it was, the weather was just shitty, like overcast. And then I realized, I'm like, dude, everything's in the fucking shade. There's so many tall buildings,
It's concrete jungle, dude.
and you're just like, I'm like, Jesus, like where the fuck is the sun at?
Yeah,
like
you get
walking
20
around.
minutes a day where it's high noon. That's it.
And I know like everybody's got a dog. I'm like, wow, like where the fuck do these dogs live? And they're like big dogs too, not like little. I saw one night I was coming back from this bar called The Beast. What the fuck was the name of this bar? The Beast Within or The Beast Next Door, something like that. Pretty cool bar. I'll give a shout out to the bartender, this guy named Jay and April, these two bartenders. They would hook me up. But I'm coming back from the bar, and this dude and this chick, they were walking these two pugs, a black one and a fawn one. And I was just sitting there like, oh my God, like sitting there petting these dogs. Yeah, but dude, those are like the only two smaller dogs I saw the whole time I was there. Like everybody else was walking like fucking pit bulls and bigger dogs.
Yeah.
I was like,
I would never own a dog in Manhattan.
dude, it's crazy.
Going up and down and then navigating people, and then you got to do it in your pajamas when you're all worn out. You want to go to bed.
Yeah,
and you got to let them out.
Man.
Fuck
too
that.
much.
Yeah, and I will say, at least that area that I was in, I was literally on 43rd and Crescent in Long Island City. It's like right by Silver Cup Studios and some other places, and it was relatively clean with as many dogs. I would think the place would be as bad as my fucking street, where nobody picks one. I won't say nobody. A lot of people, you find shit in yards where you're like, dude, God damn it. Like whose dog took a shit in my yard and didn't clean up? Well,
it was you.
Yeah. It was Toby. No, but I was actually pleasantly surprised that I didn't just find human and dog shit all over the sidewalks.
It wasn't like LA.
No. Honestly, I was like, this is going to be a problem. But no, it was cool. Like, I think it kind of grew on me a little bit. The longer I was in New York, I started kind of venturing out. And my brother actually flew out there Memorial Day weekend. My brother Sean, we hung out. And we're like, shit, man. Like, we're just hanging like, well, what do you want to do today? I'm like, oh, let's go to the bar.
Yep. Dude, when we were Disney, we were out there 26 to 2017. When we were, this is before we moved to Austin, so we knew we were leaving San Diego, but we were trying to figure out where to go, and we are like, well, I heard a lot about New York, like maybe we'll try it on. So we were there for a week, and halfway through the first day, I'm like, fuck no, I'm not moving here, bro. But also, we were staying in Manhattan, which I didn't realize was like, there's not a lot to do. I mean, unless you're a banker or something, there's not a lot to do in Manhattan. It's not like
a lot to drink.
There's a lot to
There's
good
bars on there's like 2 bars on every corner.
There's good
or
bars,
every block. I mean,
restaurants are harder to come by. Like breakfast is tough.
Yeah.
But my buddy Sin Martinez, he has a brand called Afro Brutality. I met him during CrossFit, like almost 20 years ago. Great fucking guy. He's like part of like the hardcore scene. His dad used to be like one of the main Black Panther guys in New York. Like this guy's like connected, right? Phenomenal guy, super funny. So he took us to Harlem, like old school Harlem. There's this bar or restaurant that was in Harlem at the time, and he was showing us around. And we go to this bar, and it's like, you guys seen Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Dude, it was like that. I've never seen, like, black culture in the 90s, like, super dope, man. Like, Tupac and Biggie, like, it was just really cool culture.
Yeah.
Black culture now has changed quite a bit, but this was like a throwback to when it was, like, 90s black culture, and everybody's dressed up, and it's having such a fucking good time, dude. It was really, really cool to go in there. And then he's connected, so he's like showing us. I think there were only white people in the whole bar. Dude, we had such a good time with him, man. It was really like kind of a culture change.
I can only imagine.
It was really cool.
You and Disney in there, and like,
I know, right?
all the brothers go like,
no, they weren't like that at all. They were just like, they were super
we're all the white
welcoming.
women.
Yeah. Bring your own. No, but it was dope, man. We had such a good time there, dude. Everybody's super happy and outgoing, and there was no like animosity at all. It was like 90s black culture. It was fucking dope. It was really cool.
Do we want to stop and figure out why that fucking light's blinking?
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be good to go. Clapping back in.
We're clapped.
Back in for duty.
Where were we? And where the hell was I?
New
yeah,
York.
New York.
Yeah, tell us about your New York trip, man.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was for, I guess I can say what project it was for. It was for A Quiet Place 3, which is a horror movie franchise. It was started, I don't know how many years ago, probably 2018. 2017, I think, because I remember, it might have even been before that, because I remember the producer from Jack Ryan, this girl named Allison Seeger, like I know she'd been producing stuff before, but she's the most well-known for that, because I think they started with like a $17 million budget, and this
that's right. Didn't they go blow up with that? Yeah.
They made like $600 million.
Wow.
They just killed it. And it was a film that was, I want to say it was written by somebody else. Well, not really it wasn't a complete screenplay, but like the idea of the movie. And either somebody approached John Krasinski with it, and he helped write it, or he just adapted the screenplay and rewrote some of the stuff. It basically is written by John Krasinski, and he wanted to direct it as well.
Wow.
So they did the first one, and they did the second one, which made, it was probably like a, $30 million budget, probably doubled the budget, and still made a killing. And then this one's probably, I don't know what the budget is on this one, 80 million maybe, or maybe not that much, but and I mean, it's a good idea, it'll make money. But it's basically, aliens are attacking the city and shit, or the world. And,
aren't they blind and they can only hear?
Yeah,
like
and I think that's kind of the niche or the thing that makes it cool, because, I mean, at least the first one, you don't really know what the fuck's going on. You see in spoiler, the very first one, you just see this family and they're walking on like these trails that have been kind of made with sand, and they're walking and they're like barefoot and shit, and you're sitting there going, what the fuck is, like, what are they doing? And everything is super quiet. And I want to say they were nominated. I don't know if they won, but they were nominated for an Oscar for like best sound design.
I was gonna say it's gotta be hard to film something like that.
Which is crazy, because it's all just like you literally hear footsteps in sand. It's like,
yeah. There's a whole lot of sound design involved in that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not knocking the actors, but think of how easy it would be when you have 5 lines in the entire movie.
Yeah.
That's got to help.
Yeah. Well, shit, it might almost be harder, because
you got to portray so much more.
Well, they do a lot of they do a lot of sign language and stuff, and it's kind of interesting, acting. Not that I'm a actor, so to speak, but when you're not talking, I would think it would almost become harder, because now you're having to portray things through your facial.
Right.
You're trying to react with stuff like, you can't go, oh my God. I mean, you can still go without.
But it's body language.
Yeah, it's a lot more interpretive of like what your eyes are doing and what you're gasping for air, and you're doing a bunch of random stuff like that. So, but
so they were filming that whole. This is the 3rd installment.
Yeah. So this is part 3, and it kind of is gonna fall. Well, I can't really get into the premise of it, but it's part 3, and it's went out there. I started doing some of the script advising, so kind of like, I don't know if people understand what I do or not, but like I'll get hired, and essentially, I'll read through the script, and if there's military stuff in there, typically I'll go, okay, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense, or like if you have somebody that's calling a staff sergeant sir, or if you have somebody that's reacting to little things like that, and then also I'll get into like the wardrobe and props with this is what the uniforms look like, and this is what weapons they should be carrying, and this is what body armor they should have, and these helmets are acceptable or these are not. Little shit like that. So and then if there's like, obviously there was a whole lot of military type stuff with like Jack Ryan franchise, but that's where all of the weapons handling and training of actors and stuntmen and stuff like that kind of comes into play, which is kind of what I was doing a lot more on this show. And
so what are they shooting? I don't want to spoilers, but do they shoot the aliens, or they're quiet guns, or like how's that work?
I can't tell you.
Hand to hand fight them, like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I can't really get into the premise of it. I guess
You're like, that's not how a tripwire works.
Wait till we come out. Wait till the film is till it's filmed. But I will say, I can't even get into that.
That's fine. We can talk about the bar scene in New York.
No, I will say, like I was saying before, like getting out and walking around the city, and I think New Yorkers are people who, in bigger cities and the East Coast, or in general, just kind of, I don't know, maybe mislabeled as like, everybody's an asshole. Or
they're just very
direct. You have people in Massachusetts, Boston area, they're known as massholes. It's like,
I love that personality, though, man. They're so fun.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, New Yorkers are drastically different from Bostoners or massholes. Just like, people in San Diego are different from people from L.A., and people in Arizona are different from people in California.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a different persona. But yeah, I mean, I had a blast out there. We hit a couple of we hit a few bars. Obviously working it's not like you're going out every night getting fucking blasted and,
Yeah.
go get dinner and have a couple drinks. But
You got work to do.
yeah, that's definitely another thing too with older age and when you're in the teams and running the kill house the next day and shit like that. I mean, you can go out and get pretty twisted and still be able to like be movable.
Well,
and
that's the challenge. The old joke of the teams is like anybody can do CQC sober, but can you do it hungover?
Yeah,
That's the real
can
challenge.
you do it drunk? Yeah, yeah. But I do, man. I feel it. The older you get, you're like, man, my body just doesn't bounce back like it used to. And
Dude, for
and
real.
I mean, you don't want to be on set fucking hungover and just
Yeah. Nah. You got big boy responsibility.
Yeah,
now,
yeah, for sure. And but yeah, it was cool. My brother came out Memorial Day weekend, and we went and hit a couple bars. We hit this one bar. I don't even know the name of it. I'll have to look it up. It was in East Village of Manhattan, kind of lower East Side, East Village. So you have Greenwich Village, you have the West Village and East Village, and Soho is there and all that shit. But we were looking for a tattoo shop, and I reached out to Titus Welliver. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh yeah, the actor guy.
Yeah. So he played Bosch, and I trained him on season or part 4 of Transformers, and I've been pretty tight with him ever since. And he's got a lot of ink. When I first met him, he didn't have hardly any tattoos, and he's just like boom, boom.
So you're a bad influence.
Yeah. And so there's this tattoo shop in the place where he used to live, which was the East Village, or where he grew up actually. And I'm trying to remember the name of that. So me and my brother were like, oh fuck it, let's head that way, because he wanted to get a tattoo, and then I was going to get something too if we had time. And so we go down, and we're sitting in this cab, and it's one of those 20% Uber drivers. We're like, God damn it, are we ever gonna fucking get there? And then finally, I see there's this on the corner. There's this red door, and you see open sign. You see all the bar lights and shit. And I just tap my brother. I'm like,
fun,
hey,
man.
bro. I'm like, hey, let's just get out. And we were like a couple blocks from the tattoo shop. I'm like, let's just get out here. So we get out and we walk up, and I go to open the door, and fucking door is locked, and it's right at noon, and we're like, God damn it! I'm like, fuck, the light was on, and so we start walking. We're like, well, fuck it. There's got to be another bar up the street. I mean, that's a good thing about New York is you walk a block and there's something, and so we're 50 steps away, and we just hear, hey guys, and we're like, turn around, and there was this dude. His name is Mark, actually.
I'll take your money.
Yeah. He goes, hey, you guys want to come in here? And we're like, yes.
Absolutely.
We turn around and go back, and we go in there, and there was already one dude sitting at the bar. I'm like, how did he get in
They
here?
just put a pillow underneath him last night.
He's been here.
We go in, and we start drinking, and
What's your starter beverage at like noon?
well, we
on a
weren't,
work
You're,
week.
you're assuming he's starting at noon.
Yeah. Well, we weren't like hungover. We had drank. His flight got delayed, and we had a couple drinks the night before at that Beast. I got to figure out the name of this bar. I think it's called the Beast Next Door.
I'll look it up while you're telling the
Yeah,
story.
it's in Long Island City. It's called the Beast Within or Beast Next Door. But we had a couple drinks there, and we were just drinking like old fashions and stuff, or just bourbon on the rocks. But we didn't get tore down.
But like, what is your starter beverage?
Oh, so my starter beverage.
Boilermaker?
No, typically vodka soda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Gotta
the
hydrate.
Beast Next Door. That's
Beast
the one.
Next Door. Okay, and that's in Long Island City.
Hunter's Point, it says?
Yeah. Yeah, that place is pretty cool. So then this other place was in East Village that we went to, and we go in there. Both ordered vodka sodas. We're sitting there drinking that, and I had a grip of stickers with me, some of those K-squared stickers.
Yeah.
And there were stickers everywhere, so I was just like, oh, cool. So I gave a sticker to the doorman, gave a sticker to the bartender, and they're like, oh, that's cool, and they put one on the cash register, and some other shit, and that's when I was like, "Fuck, man! I should have brought a whole grip of Liberty Wrist, stickers." And
I take them everywhere with me, dude. I've gone full old man fanny pack now when I travel.
Shit. Nice, dude.
Yeah.
They're so convenient.
Everything's right here, especially like on an airplane. Where
We're
like,
going to start making them, by the way.
Fannies?
Hint, hint, yeah.
Oh shit! All right, well, let's talk about the design of these because I have about 6 of them, and I know what I love.
Okay, sweet.
Feature wise and what's not, but. There's like a little mesh pocket in my Uberly stock one. I just keep like rolls of them in there.
Nice.
And due to the extent of fucking airports I've been in the past month, them motherfuckers made their way everywhere.
Nice.
And you gotta think, right? I mean, they're so busy. Like, who's gonna spend the time to like just take his sticker off? So every time that there was, like a flight update board, whether it be departures or arrivals or whatever, I'm just like slapping them on there. But we need the quick fold stickers.
Yeah.
At least for those ones. All the other ones completely fine. But I'm like sitting there, I have no fingernails at the moment because I just cut them, and I'm like trying to get
They're
it.
tough, yeah.
And it's like Mr. Betts' final call for boarding. I'm
Give me 10 minutes.
You're like, son of a bitch! I can't get this fucking sticker.
Yeah, dude, I put one up at Danny's the other day. They're pretty busy. We're up there just hanging out with the boys. It was after the EST thing.
Oh yeah,
at McPee's. We went over to Danny's and we've been going there for years. So the forged sticker from back in the day, it's like a frog bone sticker, but with forged on it.
Yeah.
And we put that up, man, must have been like 2008 or 9. And it's still one of the main stickers on Danny's wall. And Danny's wall doesn't have a lot of room for stickers extra, right? And so I asked the bartender there, it's like, hey, that's my old company. Can I put one of our stickers from the new company up right next to it? So I ended up putting one of the Liberty stickers up right next to that sticker. It was it's a little like full circle shit,
It is that is pretty full circle.
I don't know if I'm sentimental, but like the older I get, the more I'm like, you think different shit's cool at different times in your life.
Oh yeah. So I figured out the name of this bar. It's called the 7B Horseshoe Bar, and it's on B Avenue and East 7th Street, which is right in the bottom right southeast corner of Tompkins Square Park. And so, me and my brother went there, and we took a picture of it, and the lady inside there, she was like,
"Oh, no, that's a picture, yeah."
Yeah, she goes, share that on the Instagram page. So I did that, and then, dude, I got hit up right away, and like the lady that it's her dad that owns the bar, where she does all the social media, and she kept hitting me up. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's great," and blah blah blah, and it was fucking cool. So we had another couple drinks there, and then we're like, well, fuck it. If we're going to go get a tattoo, we need to head on up the road. So we walked through the park and then went to the name of this tattoo shop, and it wound up being closed. So we're like, God damn it. So we're like, well, fuck it. Bobby Howell had hit me up about some bars in New York because he grew up in New York, and he had some buddies that owned Park Avenue Tavern, which is another bar that I kind of frequented, and it's right on Park Avenue, kind of in Midtown. And so me and my brother, we go up there, we have a couple of drinks there, and then I was like, well, shit, what's close by? And there's a handful of tattoo shops. Oh, and we had reservations that night to get a steak, and I for some reason I'd hit up Mike Ritland. And Mike was like, dude, I'm driving through New York.
No way.
And so I'm like, dude, let's get it a steak.
Oh, that's perfect.
And so he was coming through the city. He was on his way. He was driving up north to like New Hampshire or something.
He's such a good dude.
Yeah.
Man.
So we made reservations, and me, him, my brother, we had some steak at this steakhouse right in Midtown. And but prior to that, there was a bunch of tattoo joints near the steakhouse and near Park Avenue Tavern. They're all like within 4 or 5 blocks of one another. But this tattoo shop was called Red Rocket Tattoo.
Perfect.
And I was like, I'm like,
that's the one.
That's it. Yeah. So we walked up there, and my brother he got a tattoo on his. He's only got one other tattoo on this arm, and it's the one that we got of this
For
one.
your dad,
my dad.
Your EOD.
Yeah.
Instagram.
EOD crab on his inner arm, and he wound up getting another tattoo on this inner arm here. And I was actually gonna try and get the V logo right here.
Dude, that's sick.
And
wait, what's the V logo?
The Cadillac V. It's got the V, and it's got like part of the Cadillac flag on it.
Nice.
And then, but by the time they got done with his tattoo, it was like time for our reservation. Like we spent too much time at that other bar and like just, and you know, it's funny when you think about it, like people are like, oh, I'll just go and get a tattoo. It's like, well,
the fuck you are,
dude. They got to design the fucking tattoo, then they got to draw it, and they got to all the prep work. And I mean, dude, we were probably there. It probably only took an hour of actual inking. I mean, but prior to that, it probably took him an hour to draw it up and prep everything and do everything else.
Also,
so
you know how many more tattoos I would have if it wasn't extra time spent at a bar?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
absolutely.
all right, dude, let's have a beer and then we'll go get a tattoo.
Yeah.
7 beers later, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then one person gets a tattoo. Like
yeah. And then the other person's like, well, fuck, I guess I'm getting one. But it was kind of funny because, I mean, I don't know how many drinks we had that day. We probably had like 3 or 4 drinks at the Horseshoe Bar. And then we go, you know, I don't know how many we had. And while he's getting a tattoo, I'm at a bar. Because I wasn't just going to sit there and like stare at him. I'm like, well, I go downstairs. It was on like
just
this
look in his eyes
third floor of this. Yeah, it was on like the third floor of this this place. But yeah, it was really cool, man. Like all the dudes in there were really, really fucking cool. The guy working the desk of the tattoo shop, he reminded me of Thaddeus Gardner.
Oh yeah,
like he looked similar
Jason
to him.
Gardner's brother,
yeah, and he had, you know, he was all inked up and stuff, and he actually gave me a sticker. I was like, hey, do you tattoo? He goes, not really. He goes, I just draw, what did he say? He goes, I just draw cartoon characters in precarious positions. So he hands me this.
Precarious, all
yeah.
right.
He hands me this sticker of, it's one of the X-Men. It's the chick with the gray hair.
Storm.
Oh, Storm.
Yep.
No,
I'm a big
wasn't
comic book
that?
buff.
It was
Rogue.
Rogue.
Yeah.
Right.
Rogue.
Yep.
That's it. But it's a picture of her, and you just see her from the back, and you just see her. It's like a long, like she's laying on her side, and she's got a big old fat ass, dude. And he goes, hey, here's a, because I gave him one of my stickers. He goes, oh, here. And so I'm looking. He goes, it's Rogue from the X-Men. I'm looking at it, and you can't even. I don't even think you see her face or anything. It's her from the back, and I was like. Thanks. I'm like, I mean, I'm not a big cartoon guy or
Making my
comic book
Pelican
guy,
face.
but yeah, I was like, pretty cool. Pretty cool sticker,
I used to
though.
be a big comic book buff, dude.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh yeah, dude. I
was a big
You've seen
X-Men
pictures of me when I was a kid. I was a big nerd, bro. Yeah. Mega nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool, man. We literally drank from noon till fucking 2 a.m, and
Oh shit.
we made it. You know, after we left the steak joint, you know, us and Mike, we parted ways, and then me and my brother went back to Park Avenue Tavern, had a bunch of drinks there, ran into another dude. So fucking random how politics. I mean, I would think if you looked at me, you wouldn't go, yeah, this guy's left leaning or even right leaning, because I know dudes who are look just like me or
Nah, you look like you work out. There's no way you're a leftist.
well, I don't know though, because dude, I know several dudes that are in the film industry that have beards and tattoos and work out and are very not hard left. I won't say hard line left. Just like I'm not like hard line right. I think very centrist.
Yeah.
Even though I think the needle moves back and forth.
It does, yeah.
The center needle. But it was so weird. Me and my brother sitting there, and the guy sitting next to us and his wife were literally lived within a block of that hotel or that bar. And he just starts talking to us about politics and how fucked up Mamdani is. And I was just all like,
that's surprising.
yeah. And he goes, yeah, you're not going to find a lot of people that have houses in Manhattan that are advocates of this guy. And I'm like, he goes, people that own houses and that are upper middle class.
Well, they moved the 1% in New York like way down.
Well, and that's what he's saying. Yeah. He goes, dude, they keep moving the fucking goalposts. He goes, first it was going to be billionaires are going to be paying all this free shit that everybody's getting. Mm-hmm. And he goes, all those people pulled out. Like there was all over the news, there was some guy who's an ultra wealthy billionaire, and apparently either the governor or the mayor specifically came out. I think it was the mayor specifically came out against this guy and said, hey, This is the type of people that need to be paying more money. And this dude had planned, like, whatever his company, it had moved from Chicago to New York. And they were like, hey, we're building this fucking huge high rise within the next 7 years. We're supposed to add like so many hundreds of thousands of jobs.
Yeah, it should be celebrated.
All
That's
this
awesome.
fucking shit.
Yeah,
and they were basically
city.
like, yeah, these motherfuckers are going to pay their fair share.
Fair share.
And it's like, and the dude was like, what the fuck? Like, why are you singling me out as somebody who's I'm bringing a business into New York. I'm building this mega high rise that's going to add this, all this shit.
I'm spending hundreds of millions of dollars in your city.
Billions.
Yeah.
And when everything trickles down, and they basically singled this guy out, and he goes, okay, you know what? I think we're going to put this building on pause. And dude, he literally came out while I was there and was like, yeah, we're moving our company to Florida.
No shit.
And like, everybody's like, great. That's another like $4 billion in revenue that's gone from the city now. And so like, and a lot of it was stuff I haven't researched this shit myself, so fact check me on or whatever, but this is stuff that this guy's telling me, and I see snippets on the news of
And
what
this is not a right-leaning guy you're talking about either.
The guy that I was talking to, I think he's very middle to left, because he was like, I typically vote Democrat, and he goes, I'm not, he goes, I'm definitely not MAGA. I'm not blah, blah, blah. But he goes, dude, I'm finding it harder and harder to embrace the Democratic Party because I owned, and he said he owned two places. He owned a place, a block of Park Avenue Tavern. So he owns a place on Park Avenue.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But Park Avenue runs, the length of fucking Manhattan.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's, Park Avenue and Fifth is probably like the epitome, or, obviously places closer to Central Park and shit like that are a lot more expensive. But, I mean, he goes, and saying he owns a place, I mean, he could have meant he owns a fucking apartment.
Well, still, it's saying a lot in New York.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But he goes, and then we have a little beach house out on Long Island, in Long Beach, Long Island. And he goes, yeah, dude, it's making it harder and harder for us just to maintain. He goes, I'm being chastised for having more than one residence. He goes, even though, it's like, he goes, dude, the place I have in Long Beach, it's a 2-bedroom. It's a beach house. He goes, we go out there and we hang out, and is it blinking?
Yeah, I think it's blinking again.
God damn it. Well, do we want to stop?
We'll
finish up.
Yeah, finish up the story.
Yeah, no, it was just weird hearing stuff. And we literally weren't even talking politics when we sat down. The guy was like, hey, what's going on? Like, yeah, fucking Mom Donnie and this. And then I was like, Jesus. I was like,
that's kind of what I'm hoping happens to the governor race here in California, where it's like even the left-leaning individuals are just tired of being butt-fucked by the Democrats.
Yeah. Well, there's that old saying, is like, just because you have no interest in politics doesn't mean that politics won't have an interest in you.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so sorry for you guys.
Take a break.
Yeah, we got to take a break because these cameras that we just got are overheating.
Fuck.
So we're going to take an extra
Help
break.
me, I'm poor.
All right, thanks for sticking with us, guys. So we bought new cameras in an effort to make this thing smoother, and we didn't realize that they shut off every about half hour.
Well, they overheat every half hour, but I was kind of trying to figure out the best podcasting cameras without going full piggy bank break. Kevin's sitting on fucking $60,000 of Sony FX6s. I'm sitting on $100,000 of other camera gear, but I actively use my stuff, and we're just trying to finagle it, trying to get in-house full-time cameras.
Yeah, so during the break, we had to reset up all cameras, or all Kevin's super mega cameras.
All my old shit, yeah.
Yeah. So we're back. I don't think we left on a cliffhanger. Some new stories, but
well, dude, here's the funny thing too. Now I just fucking realized this, like a complete fucking dumbass. We could have just left those cameras here, the ones that we had, and just recorded to these monitors.
No, but the camera itself would have overheated. The monitor.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not recording.
No, the camera has to record because it still has to go to the card internally, right?
No, because the monitor will record the image. Not through internally, because this records Because this won't record to the card unless I hit record on the camera.
Yeah.
You want to reset it up?
Yeah, right?
You got your hair's a little funky with the headphones on.
I like it.
All right, it looks. I mean, I think it looks good.
You would think for two dudes that went to college for media, we would have this dialed in by a year later. What episode is this?
64, I think. I think those would be about 64.
We need to make 69 a special one.
Yeah, dude. Oh, the 250th anniversary of the United States coming up, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do something. Oh, that's what I was going to say. You were talking about bar culture and just the fun times and everything, and then tattoos. I was thinking, why don't we set up an event somewhere with Veteran Inc. and Tim and get like a tattoo, just a little like get together at McPee's or something. I was talking with Jet Cruz from Brother Apparel just last night, and he's like, dude, if you guys set up an event, like let me know. I'll fly in for it. It's like, dude, we should set something up.
We don't want that guy here.
Well, yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing when Kevin was talking about tattoos, because Tim's kind of just been, extra hard working on Vet Inc. and us kind of doing a full production surrounding that. And right now he's talking about doing this whole like trip back and forth out to LA, but we can get this table out of the way, slap somebody down to, do a smaller piece, and we can all just kind of like transfer through and then just shit talk and get a dialed ass artist in here.
Well, dude, I know Thaddeus said he's down to tattoo.
Well, I was thinking, could we do this like in the side yard of McPee's?
No, because we just tried to do that with the whole thing. They need it inside, and also like, we don't want all that.
Oh, for health code stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, throwing shots in an alleyway is one thing, but doing tattoos in an alley is kind of another.
Yeah, that's true. Just put some
back alley tattoo.
Put some tequila on it, bro. If you're good to go.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of tequila, we're starting to get serious about the show now. So there's a few things we want to inform our listeners about. Number one, Emerald Spirit. I know you guys have heard us talk about this a lot, but these guys are fucking dope. Active duty team guys. You're a part of it now. Have been for a while. And they're not sponsored by the show. We have an affiliate deal. So if you want to buy some of this, you get 10% off using code Liberty Risk. And then we get a couple bucks from that too. So if you want to buy dope ass tequila and support team guys and support the show, that's the thing to do. And then also, I was talking with Alex from these beef crisps. It's binge-worthy snacks.
Yeah, these are fucking delicious.
They are binge-worthy.
Dude, I mean, we were already eating them anyway, and then he's sponsoring a couple episodes. Thank God, because we needed some snacks in between.
Hands down. Yeah, too much Emerald Spirit on an empty belly. I was showing up and I was getting ready to ask Subway for a sponsor.
Legit, bro.
Yeah.
They're so good. And like the perfect amount of crisp and like the thinness.
When I first had them, I thought I was worried about the sugar content, and it's just beef and salt.
Beef and salt.
That's it.
And I'm not literally. It's funny because you hear some people talking about shit on their show, and you're like, they don't eat that shit. These are fucking good, bro.
Yeah. No, you got some in your beard to prove it.
Yeah. That is hands down my favorite beef jerky I've ever had.
Yeah, this shit.
It's not even beef jerky. It's literally like beef chips. It's very different than what I was expecting when I first cracked it open.
They're disgusting. I hate them.
So yeah, on that, if you guys want to buy some, we haven't set this up with them yet, but I think by the time this airs, you'll get probably a 10% discount code if you use Liberty Risk, and then have some bomb ass.
Just buy the big bags because you're going to eat one small bag, which is.
I cleaned it in 20
ounce,
minutes.
But it's 30 grams, and that's 20-something grams of protein. Only 120 calories.
Yeah, I mean, it's legit.
But
it's
dude,
legit stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I have some of these big bags in the backyard. And I'll be sitting there in the backyard with the neighbors, man, and I'll fucking roll back there, and we'll fucking... I swear each one of us almost crush an entire fucking big bag by ourselves.
Yeah.
And the dogs are like, motherfucker, like Toby. I was telling you guys before, like Toby doesn't eat people food. Like we just never gave him people food. So he doesn't sit and crave and like whimper and stuff like other dogs that I've had would do. Mm-hmm. But dude, those are the only things where I open up that bag and he's like, "Oh,
he's a fiend."
No, man. I wouldn't say give a whole lot to your dog, even though it's just beef.
Yeah,
Holy
the sodium
shit,
level.
He's got some wicked farts. Yeah. But yeah, these things are awesome. I will I'm glad to have a sponsor like that. Not to say I don't drink fucking tequila, because, but yeah, I will say, dude, those are some good ass fucking snacks.
Yeah, and then the other thing too, and this ties into, I don't know if we want to go into the story yet, but so Kevin from Savage Tacticians, I was just out in North Carolina on his podcast, Light Duty, which is super fucking fun. It's a lot like our show. You're just kind of dudes shooting around, sitting around shooting
We're at
shit.
North Carolina, like Raleigh,
Wilmington.
Oh, Wilmington.
Yeah. Super fun trip, man. I got to hang out with him and his wife and have dinner and just chat. He's a really good entrepreneur too, so we had a great time. But we're not sponsored by him, but we have kind of a, I don't know what you call it, like a partnership with Bulkhead Energy. So they put our logo, these cans, there's 250,000 of these cans going around to AFEs all across the, people don't know AFEs, like the Navy exchanges and the Army exchanges and everything, all across the country. And it's their shellback version that has our little logo on the side, and it's got a little QR code that goes to our website. It's just cool little shit, man. It's funny, like our first year in this podcast and this show, which we didn't really know what the hell we're going to do with anything. And now it's starting to like get momentum, and people are, jumping on board with it. It's cool to see that when you create something that other people like it too, and then you kind of like bring this vision into the world. So it's cool to see all these like moving pieces come together.
I think you brought it up in the past, like, you made it as an entrepreneur or a company when somebody gets your logo or a company logo tattooed on them.
Yeah.
And now we have it essentially printed on the can. One of the things, like with the shellback, and one of the things I learned working for Veteran Inc. and having them as a client, and I'm hoping one of you two is going to have the historical knowledge on this, but can you explain what a shellback is?
I don't think either of us are, but it's more of a regular Navy term. Are you? You're a shellback? Uh-huh. There you go, bro. All right. So tell us about it.
So shellback is when you cross the equator on a naval ship, and there's typically like it's a big fucking deal. Mm-hmm. So when you go north to south or south to north, as I did, on a naval ship, like it's a big fucking deal, and it's a big ceremony. And I want to say, I don't know all of the stuff that goes into it, but I think they've toned down some of the stuff in the last probably couple decades.
Wokeness.
Hearing stories. So when I got mine, I was in my first platoon. We flew from...
This was like mid-90s?
Yeah, 97.
Oh, yeah, heyday, bro.
Yeah, so 97, we were hooking and crooking it from Guam to the Middle East. Like, basically, the unit was... So we were supposed to be working with the Independence. Independence started steaming out. There's a huge buildup in Kuwait because Saddam was fucking around, threatening to shoot down planes, the no-fly zones, all the stuff. Every time the
what an asshole.
Yeah, every time the U-2 would fly over, he's threatening to shoot it down and stuff. So there's a big, and then he was supposed to be letting inspectors in to inspect all of his nuclear sites and stuff. So we were coming out to the Middle East because we were supposed to be part of the Independence Battle Group. So at one point, our platoon was spread out in like 8 different areas. Like our OIC and our task group commander was they flew directly to Singapore to hop on the ship. And then me and a couple other dudes, we were in Tokyo because, of course, they're like, hey, you can come out here. So the dudes that were in Kuwait, they didn't want us to come out there because there were team guys already out there. And they're like, nope, fuck you. This is our fucking rice ball.
Yeah, dude.
But they're like, hey, if you're going to come out, you're going to have to bring all your own training ammo, all your own shit, essentially. Mm-hmm. So we had pallets of ammo, plus, all of our weapons and all of our gear and all that stuff. So we had multiple pallets of stuff. And trying to get from Guam to Kuwait. And there's channel flights. And so at one point, half our platoon part of us was in Yokota Air Base, Japan, where we had flown from Guam to Okinawa to Yokota. And we're just hanging out. And then we had a flight that we were waiting for. We were in Yokota for like over a week, just hanging out. And then some of the dudes had jumped on flights to go to Kuwait, Advon, to like set up some stuff. But we flew from Yokota Air Base on I think it was a KC-135 or some shit, or it was one of those refuelers. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many hours it was, but from Yokota Air Base to Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
And Diego Garcia's south of the equator. So we land, And dude, they had been building up. That's where all the B-2s, which I don't even think they had B-2s then, but all the B-1 bombers were there. All the stealth fighters and F-117, all those crazy airplanes were down there. So
big forward operating base.
Yeah, we landed and I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff here. But it's a British Indian Ocean territory, so the Brits own it. So we unload our stuff and we put our equipment stuff where it needs to be and armory and shit, and then they're basically like, hey, you guys got like 2 days on the island, and then we're going to embark on the USNS Kilauea, which was like a ammunition ship or something. It's like a resupply ship, but it's a USNS ship. And so we get on this Kilauea, and there's a contingent. It's mostly merchant marine, but
I was going to say there's a lot of merchant marines out there through
but
Darius,
there's like a small contingent of Navy dudes on there, and there's probably like 30 actual active duty Navy personnel, and they have like I don't know, there's probably like a lieutenant or something who was in charge of like all the Navy people, and then there was like a senior enlisted, but we get all of our gear on, we start heading up, and they start talking about shellbacks, and they come to us like, hey, are you guys shellbacks? We're like, nope. They're like, well, we're gonna do a program if you guys want to. We're like, oh, okay. And literally, it wasn't anything. Like, they were like, oh, you guys are team guys. They were like, okay, whatever. They gave us like certificates and stuff, but they were just like, there's no way these regular Navy dudes are gonna haze a bunch of freaking team guys.
That's true.
And so they were just
a thin line to walk.
Yeah,
dude.
they basically
bend over. Fuck you.
Yeah, they basically made it into just kind of a formality, and they were just like, it was like a shitty graduation from like a 2-week load planner course or something. It was like, welcome aboard. Welcome. You're a shellback. Here's your certificate. And like shook our hands, and we're in like the lounge, like where the TVs and shit were, and we're just like, that's it. Like,
but they have a big ceremony with like a lot of hazing. I don't know what it's like now, but so
well, even back then, it was a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
We sat in the lounge and we got a bunch of stories about how dudes were like, there's a whole formality of like climbing through, and they take a bunch of like old food and stuff, and you climb through this long,
like a gauntlet of people with their legs spread.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of shit
seriously.
like you climb through something, and it's like you're dirty. You climb through a mile of shit, and you come out clean on the other side. Type has something to do. I'm sure we could Google what the whole
I've seen some videos of it. It looked pretty intense.
It was pretty fucked up. Like the dude, the chief on board was telling us stories about that shit, and I was just like, ugh. He was like, yeah, we're not doing that with you guys, but like, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It was pretty crazy, but I mean, so I guess. Technically, we did the whole shellback thing, but we didn't go through the process.
You got the gentleman's course.
Yeah, we got like the.
Do you regret that at all?
Fuck no.
I don't know, dude.
No.
You kind of seem like you would love just having biscuits and gravy tossed at your ass, fucking crawling under people's legs.
Dude, I did the same thing whenever I made chief. Like they do the whole 7 C's thing, like the day before you get pinned and everything. And dude, I was waiting to get knee surgery, and literally our whole team was deployed. And so I guess if anybody's watching, they're like, oh, he's not a chief. He's an E7 because I didn't go through the whole initiation. Dude, I didn't get any of my shit signed. I didn't fill out that book. I was literally like number one of like however many people were getting pinned. I was like, I was the senior most guy. So I knew on the 16th I was getting paid. For E7. And I had a fucking, I had a bad taste in my mouth, honestly.
Yeah.
Like by the time I put it on at 18 years, I'd been at E6 for fucking 11.
Yeah, no shit.
I'd had 5 straight years of EPs. I'd been Sailor Year at SEAL Team 5 for fucking 2 years in a row, and was like, what the fuck else do I have to fucking prove? Honestly, the dudes who were running like the whole 7 C's of initiation, there was literally like 2 dudes that I'd put through SQT who were chiefs.
Wow.
I go, wait a minute, I put you through SQT and you're a fucking chief? Like, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
So honestly, I was like, it was kind of fucking funny. They're like, hey, raise your hand if you're not going to be at the fucking initiation, tonight. And I was like the only dude. And like the Master Chief that was running it, I don't want to say his name, but he was just like, oh, we'll talk offline later. And I was like, all right.
Okay.
But he was literally like, there's pregnant females that are doing this. I'm like, hey, more power to them. I'm like, I'm on light limit. I'm waiting to get knee surgery. I'm not
You're just no fucks given at that point.
Oh, I was like,
You're not trying to play your reindeer games.
Yeah, he's like, well, we can tailor it to where you're not going to injure yourself. Are you going crutches? I'm like, no, but I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm fucking over it, bro.
I mean, at 18 years and all that shit, no. But I do think it's sick with that historical naval significance of like the whole shellback thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And all the other. I just found out this week about the pig and the rooster on your feet.
Oh yeah.
You guys know?
I've heard of it. It's similar to the nautical stars and the swallows.
Yeah,
there's a lot of history.
So what it was that I found out is early days of naval exploration. Pigs and roosters, they were all live in like wooden crates, and they would be stowed at like the top deck in order to have live food, since obviously no fucking refrigeration or anything like that. And a lot of the times whenever the ships would wreck or come into like gnarly storms, the ship would like blow apart and the wooden crates wouldn't sink like everything else would of like the bullion or fucking whatever else they were traveling with. And they would usually just kind of break up from being like thrown back and forth. So then you would have a bunch of pigs and roosters fucking swimming to shore of whatever landmass that they were next to. And so they would think like, all right, so like those are good luck. And so by putting them on your swimming feet, it would help you get to shore or find land in the event that you fucking sunk at sea.
Yeah, there's a lot of team guys with those tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, it's super traditional.
Dude, it's wild, man. And then so now I'm like looking up images of these, and some guy just literally has 2 feet pointed out straight like this, and it was a tattoos on the bottom.
Oh,
and I'm like, and I
Yeah.
heard the palms and the bottom of your feet are like hands down the worst spots to get tattoos.
Ooh, man.
But like,
And it doesn't take ink that well.
no, you got to
go.
go in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
Like you're going 5 dermis layers deep.
Yeah, that's
Man.
fucking weird.
But yeah, you guys have a lot of traditions that I'm only now being privy to.
Well, I didn't notice that stuff when I was in because I was so like, frontside focused on just.
You guys aren't really sailors.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
even Navy for that matter. You're team guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy.
There's the Navy and then there's you.
But it's funny, like when I was in, for a large portion of my time, I was just like a disgruntled team guy, just pissed off at the world for whatever fucking reason. But now looking back, I wish I had kind of paid more attention because like excluding myself from some of these stories, I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to do it. And I didn't want to do it at the time. But now looking back, I wish I had done it because like it's a cooler story later. But I wasn't focused on that. I wasn't thinking about 10 years down the line or whatever. I was thinking about, dude, I got shit to do. I don't want to fucking do this. Like, fuck you. I want to go do this other thing with my boys. But, yeah, it's weird how life looks different as you get older, I wish I had partaken in more of these things just to have the stories later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will say we were filming on the USS New Jersey in Camden, New Jersey. And, like when I showed up, I don't make a big habit of like, hey, I was in the Navy, I just,
right.
I sit around, I listen to other people's kind of stories, and there's not a whole lot of, at least on our crew, there weren't a whole lot of military vets, but we had a bunch of extras one day, and some of those dudes were military, and just listen to some of these guys, some guys were like, oh yeah, I was in the Army, I was in this, that, and the other, and as the extras, typically I come in day one, I go, hey, I'm Kevin, I was this, that, and the other. Here's what I did. I was a Navy SEAL for 21 years, and I'm the military advisor. And actually, a lot of times, I don't even tell them what I do. I was like, hey, I'm the military advisor. I'm going to put you through a little bit of training. If we're telling you to do A, B, C, and D, just do it. Try not to be the good idea fairy and offer up shit, because that's the biggest thing. You'll have dudes who are like, hey, well, you could have them say this, and you're just like, bro, you're not fucking helping. Just shut the fuck up. Not to say, there are times for that, but when the director's calling for me and I'm sitting there talking to him and you hear people chirping ideas, and you're just like,
not the time,
bro, like, or, we were doing something and we're having the CO, he's walking from like point A to point B. You have one of the extras pops tall and fucking salutes. Like, we're rolling cameras. Dude pops tall and fucking salutes. And you're just like, you fucking moron. I'm like, dude, don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's what you'd really do. I go, yeah, but if you fucking salute, then everybody has to salute. And he's like, oh, yeah,
It's like that story I was telling with Black Hawk Down when I was filming that, but because of that very same reason, keeping your mouth shut and not being the good idea fairy, I knew I needed to be that guy, but then when they're having me play 2 CAG dudes in a helicopter as snipers and they hand me a fucking Mark 18, like 18-inch barrel, like, or 8-inch barrel M4, and I'm like...
Iron sights, dude.
Yeah. Some shit that came out 30 years after the fact.
I don't want to be that guy, but, like, this ain't a sniper platform. This is, like, the most CQC platform of all time.
Yeah.
And then I got the M14. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we were filming there for like all week, and so the last day we were there, I had one of the Liberty Risk shirts on, the Marlboro one actually, and of course,
still my favorite one.
Dude, you have a couple of dudes like, hey, you know what Liberty Risk is, right? And I'm like,
no, tell me.
I go, yeah,
11-year E6.
Yeah. He's like, I go, yeah, I've heard of it. And he goes, oh, that's cool, man. He goes, yeah. I go, yeah, this is my podcast. And he was like, no fucking way. And I started telling him about it. And he goes, wait, are you a vet? I go, yeah, I did 21 years. And I was in the ward room where all the background or basically Crafty was in the fucking ward room.
Of course, you're by the Crafty table.
Yeah, of course. Fuck yeah, dude.
Get the snackies, dude.
Got to get some snackies and some fucking
Chewies.
Fucking some fucking coffee. But yeah, there was a whole bunch of the people from the New Jersey over there, and the guys like, oh, hey, oh, you're in the military. Like, what branch? They're like, Army? And I go, no, I was in the Navy. And they're all like turning and looking at me like, because they've been talking to me the whole fucking week, and I didn't come out and like tell my story.
Right.
So of course they're all like, and so I'm like, yeah, you should check out the podcast. I'm like, I do it with 2 other vets, and we do one a week, and blah blah blah. And they're like, so what'd you do in the Navy? And one dude goes, oh yeah, what was your rate? And I was like, SO. And he goes, SO. I was like, and the dude had obviously gotten out years before. He was like, SO. He's like, S. It's like a ship.
It's like stolen valor.
Yeah. And
Frog hog.
Yeah. I was like, I go, yeah, it didn't become a rate until like 06, 07 time frame. And he was like, oh, he goes, what is it? I go, it's a special warfare operator. And he's like, what is that? I'm like, I was in the SEAL teams for a number of years. And he was like, oh. And then like everybody started like, wait, you were a SEAL? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I don't typically come on board a ship in front of the extras and just like start, measure my dick in front of everybody. Right. But yeah, and then, dude, I sit and started talking. They're like, so what's the Liberty Risk thing? I'm like, well, it's exactly what you think it is. We sit and tell stories about
it's in the name.
Getting in trouble, And then, of course, one of the I don't know if she's like public affairs, but she's like one of the media people for the New Jersey. She like looks up my IMDb page. And she's like, oh, I noticed you still have your red stripes. I'm like, there you go. And so it was so funny, dude. I was like, well, I mean.
A plus B equals C.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm like, I know a thing or two about Liberty Risk. She was like, oh, okay. But it was cool, yeah.
For the people that don't know, like red stripes, when you have 4, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I'm not too familiar with it, but if you're a chief and above, I guess everybody gets it, but if you have 4 years of good conduct, you get gold stripes for your sleeve emblems?
No, 12.
Is it 12 years of good conduct?
12 years.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So one
that's
hash
way too
mark.
Many to be
one hash mark is 4 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what you were trying to say. One hash mark is 4 years. So for but you have to have at least 12 years of good conduct to have gold. So there are some E6s that have gold stripes. There's a few E5s that probably have gold stripes.
I didn't know it was 12.
You can't get gold and red.
Yeah, right.
It's like mark it up.
Don't worry about that year.
Yeah,
or that 4 years.
Well, it's funny too because like I remember going to several retirement ceremonies. I think it was when Chip Beeman retired. We had it at the VFW down in IB. It's like kind of really close to the plank.
Oh, I know where it's at, dude. I almost got in a fight there quite a few times.
And dude, I'm there. We're there in our uniforms. I'm still in my Cracker Jacks, and Crimmins is in his regular ass, I think he was a senior chief at the time, and dude, his shit's all gold. I'm all, what the fuck?
No
I'm
shit.
like, how the fuck did you get gold? He's like, never been caught. I'm like, you see all these dudes where I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, there's no way. I think I think Tony Efrati probably still had red stripes at the time, and a handful of other dudes. But for the most part, I mean, it's hard to make rank if you're.
I think it looks cooler though, man. Like I remember if you like the way I explain Liberty Risk to people like the show, the people that aren't in the military. It's like it's the people who Liberty Risk is a term for people in the Navy who get in trouble a lot, and they're kind of like, oh. But I'm like, hey, these are the people that you want to go party with. These are the people that have the best fucking stories. So if you see a whole lineup of especially chiefs with all gold stripes and there's one with red, like that's the guy that's the guy who's got the stories.
Seek that guy out and go drink with him.
You're gonna have a good time.
Well, I mean, even that movie with Robert De Niro and Cuba Gooding Jr., Men of Honor. It was about
great movie,
Carl
Divers.
Brashear, the first black Navy
diver.
Yeah. You see them sitting there, and it tells all these stories about Robert De Niro being a master diver, but you see him at one point where. I mean, he's a master chief at one point, and then he's a senior chief, and then he's a chief.
Oh shit!
So he got busted down like twice, and he's got all red, and his hash marks are like here to fucking here.
No shit.
So the dude's probably been in for 30 fucking years, And I remember he's walking up to the courtroom or whatever where Carl Brashear has to demonstrate that he can stand up in his full
great
fucking
scene.
deal, and
It is.
And basically. Robert De Niro's character had been barred from coming in there, and he walks up to the guy, and there's this like Lance Corporal, supposed to be a bailiff or that's standing. He's like, "Step aside, I'm gonna crack you right in the mouth." And he just, he looks at this dude, and he's just like, "Dude, this motherfucker's salty as fuck." Got a rack of shit, a fucking line of fucking red hash marks, and this.
He'll probably do it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this motherfucker's probably gonna tear me a new asshole. But yeah, that was a good movie.
It was funny. We were in Albuquerque for our buddy's PJ graduation, and it was their graduation night, and so they asked me to wear my Class A's or like dress uniform. I fit in the jacket and the pants, but I did not fit in the shirt because I am not 6'1", 160 anymore.
What do you guys wear? You guys still wear like the greens? Or
so now they're called the pinks and something.
Pinks and greens?
Pinks and greens, which looks eerily similar to World War II. I think it's probably the sexiest like dress uniform I've seen the Army
look it up.
have in a while.
But what color is the shirt?
Well, this one that I had was 2 years prior, or 2 generations prior, I should say, and it was kind of like a mint green. It looked like the fucking Andes mints in the middle.
So you're allowed to wear your previous uniform with the other guys who were in the current uniform?
Correct.
Oh, that must have been cool.
However, what I didn't realize, and I was so much in my fucking head about this, so I didn't get chewed up by like AFSOC, is you're allowed to wear like your previous uniform as long as it's not older than one generation. And because the Army's fucking notorious.
Oh, it's like the green Class A's with the tan pants.
Yeah, and like even mine kind of looked like that.
You see that guy?
And then we went to the blues right after.
Oh yeah, those look sharp.
Right after my generation, and now we're back at those. And so I heard it's super taboo to wear like 2 generations old of like a dress uniform, right? I don't know that the Navy's even changed their own.
It's been the same since, well, at least
since World War
Cracker
II.
Jack's been around for like World War I, maybe.
But the Army, every fucking good idea fairy general like wants to come out with a new one because that's his claim to fame. So either way, I didn't wear that, but I had to put on like what the Aussies call like your gongs, but like your big like medals. And so you get your rack all dialed in. And my wife's seen me wear it, I don't know, maybe like 2 times. And so this is the first time that she asked me like, all right, what do all these mean? And I'm like, oh, fuck, let's see if I can remember this. So I started going down the line, but then I got to my GCM, which is essentially just like the stripes, but it's good conduct medal. And then you get kind of like a knot for every 3 years that you get the good conduct medal. However, I have 4 field gray Article 15s by the time like I was at 3 years, and I still got my good conduct medal.
Wow.
And it was just kind of like, moved on, like to the next. And they didn't even look at my record. I'm like, I got out with like 6 Article 15s, anywhere between company grade to field grade. Like I was mopping floors and filling sandbags for a large part of my fucking off time. as a private or even E4. But I love how you guys in the Navy just call it out with like different colors on your dress uniform. It's like, nah, I'm former shipbag, maybe even current shipbag.
Well, it's because the culture doesn't really look down on it. It's kind of like, I mean, it's as we described. It's kind of like, it's not a badge of honor, but it's kind of like respect, you know?
Yeah.
Because the Navy has a culture of kind of piracy a little bit at its core, you know? Like,
I think the military in general, I mean, everybody, it's getting a little, they're stepping out of that a little bit, but I mean, there's always been a culture of drinking and beating the fuck out of everybody.
Drink,
you know?
fight, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's, I mean, look at like movies like Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, you can't fucking kill everybody.
These young blood Americans, dude. It's just kind of like, it's in our American culture.
What do you think is going to happen when you put a machine gun, piss and vinegar, and alcohol in an 18-year-old's hands?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the system works, man. I mean, not the justice system as we've seen with like Eddie and Tim and all those guys. That definitely doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fucked up.
Well, and I think that's one of the good things too, where you have UCMJ and you have military justice.
Yeah,
that's
with quotes.
You know, they're like, I don't know how many times it must have taken. Like, well, fuck, dude, we can't ship these motherfuckers off to the civilian authorities every time somebody has a alcohol related incident. Like, we need to come up with something that's
keep
going
it internal.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we don't want to send him to the brig, and we don't want to put him on bread and water for 3 days, but maybe we'll have clean shitters for fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like
I was mowing grass, sweeping everything, buffing floors.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many times in the past month since we've even done a podcast, like I make it a point now knowing that I'm either going to be on camera or surrounded by other like-minded individuals. I always pack every single Liberty Risk shirt, and it's just kind of like my travel wardrobe now. Dude, so many people, and especially Navy guys, are like, dude, where the fuck did you get that shirt? And they're always Navy guys are like, dude, you in the Navy? I'm like, no.
I know some people.
I'm a frog hog in the Army. And they're like, what is this? I was like, it's my podcast. And they're like, and immediately they go to Spotify and they're like, dude, this looks good. And so we've garnered a lot of followers out of the travels between slapping stickers on airport terminals and then rocking the shirts.
I love the shirts, man.
Like I was just up in Oregon at a sniper event put on by Loopold, and I was ROing, which, you know, I'm behind the scope and I'm keeping score for everybody's hits and misses. And there was probably out of 250 people there, I mean, a solid handful was like, fuck yeah, I love that shirt. What is it? And then the other were coming up to me and shaking my hand after their shooting lane. And they're like, dude, I love your fucking podcast.
No way. That's awesome.
And these are like good old boy hunters, right?
Yeah.
Like they're typically not too many military guys, but like
it's the same mentality though.
It's the top 10% long range shooters in the entire world are like at this event. And they're just like, dude, I fucking love your podcast.
Dude,
I'm like, when are you coming to the West Coast, dude? Let's get you on.
Yeah. Dude, that's why I love apparel. It's such like a conversation starter. I've had so many conversations just wearing a t-shirt around, and then somebody comes up. I'm like, bro, they don't even know Navy, the podcast or anything. They're just like, bro, what the fuck is that about? Like whiskey and war crimes. Like, yeah, it's fun war crimes though, you know?
You know what I kind of thought of too? I was in the security line. I was in line getting ready to check my rifle case. So I have this big long ass Pelican case with all these stickers all over it, right? Some gun company stickers, some Liberty Risk ones. I'm wearing that very same hat, like the scrambled eggs hat with the "Don't fuck with us" patch on it backwards.
My favorite patch, dude.
So everybody behind me can read it, and I'm wearing the Liberty Risk World Tour shirt.
Nice.
And I can just hear the whispers behind me of like, like. And I could just
this
only
guy's
imagine
fucking wasted.
What the fuck they think. Yeah, I'm over there just shit myself with mustard coming out of my pants. They're like, yeah, dude, get that guy out of here.
Speaking of t-shirts, so we just got, let me grab these. These literally just came in today. I'm excited to get them out. Where'd the, can you hand me
the open ones?
Kevin's shirt?
Which one? Oh, do we have an open one?
Yeah. While he's doing that, I'll grab this one. So this is we got two new designs, and they're all based on like stories. Yours more than this one, but this is the
Iraq and
roll. Thanks. Just funny stuff, dude. So for you guys listening, it's a camel hanging out in Iraq with a fucking minigun on top, an American flag, and big old speakers
Fucking boom
blasting out
box.
the side, like vintage 70s style speakers. And on the front, it's just got the camel with like the little stereo and Iraq and roll. He's got shades on. Just funny stuff. And then this one was based off Kevin's Sasquatch story. So it's the bubblegum Sasquatch design.
That's a good one.
Dude, this one's
is a
fucking
good one.
hilarious. So people don't know this too. I'm excited to get a video of this, but the nods here, the green in the nods is actually glow in the dark ink. So if you're at night, you're gonna be able to see the nods at night, and then the bubble gum is 3D like puff ink as well. And on the front, it's got kind of the same thing. But dude, I just love like t-shirts are such a fun medium, dude. They're such a conversation starter. You can do so much with like just a good design and just
Or
fun
even
conversations.
articulating a story,
Exactly.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
because if somebody asks you about that, I mean, the camel, not so much. I wish to God I saw a camel with a minigun on it, but
That'd be dope. I'm
far
sure
as-
somebody somewhere has done one.
yeah, probably.
I
But-
may or may not have seen a camel be exploded with a 50 cal.
Who's coming
Wasn't a
right for us?
minigun, but
Was that in Kuwait? Because in Kuwait, we were on the range and it was
Yeah,
ran by
Udari Range,
yeah,
dude? Yeah.
and they're like, there was like a herd of camel off, and they overheard us 18-year-old asses like talking about it, and they're like, "Do not fucking shoot a camel unless you got 50 G's." And this is Kuwait, this ain't Iraq.
Yeah.
And so like your battalion budget ain't gonna pay for this.
Yeah. What's it called when they have a camel technical?
yeah. Minigun mounted to a camel tongue.
Oh, and we got, I think I showed you guys the pictures. I don't have it on my here right now, but we've got these koozies coming out that have the Sasquatch on them. So the front is the
Nice.
bubblegum Sasquatch. On
Yeah.
the back, it's a picture, it's a scene of a bunch of Sasquatches partying, just having a one's playing guitar, one's passed out, just around a campfire. just chilling,
Sasquatch
dude.
playing guitar. Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you think Sasquatch is playing on that fucking guitar?
I don't know,
Some
man.
Appalachian
Maybe
American
like some
music?
New World fucking
Yeah, it should have been a banjo.
playing a fucking harp.
Just a harp. What did he go with the most finesse of things? He just.
I imagine Sasquatch playing some fucking AC/DC or something, dude.
I see Sasquatch behind drums.
I could see, like Animal
Yeah.
from the Muppets.
Yeah, he's
dude.
like
I could
Donkey
see
Kong,
that.
dude. Just Donkey Kong them things.
I could see that. Yeah.
Animal from the Muppets.
And we got the coins coming out too. Not to make this all about merch, but I'm just excited about all the new shit coming out.
Yeah.
Dude. It's just so fun to just have these stories and then create these products to go with them, and then
Yeah.
just have them out in the world and all the conversations that go around them. Like,
Well, when we were on break and we were switching out the cameras, I was cordially invited to meet the commander from the Artemis II shuttle launch.
Yeah.
He's the black gentleman, and so I'm like, oh, okay, like I needed one of the coins. So keep in mind, I'm gonna hand this coin over to the space shuttle commander that just circumnavigated the moon, and I'm looking at our new coins: it's Liberty Risk, Whiskey and War Crimes. He was in the Navy, and I'm like,
I think he'll appreciate
we'll
them.
see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you got to be one polished, gold-barred individual,
Yeah.
or gold-striped individual in order to run a
Yeah,
NASA.
they ain't letting any red stripes up on the fucking space station, dude.
This might get like his little inner thug out though. He's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got the new coins coming out too. They're fashioned after the old Team 5, like gold doubloon looking ones. Those ones might be a little aggressive though. It's got the snake design, the don't fuck with us one.
Yeah.
Got the snake, the skull, the snake through it, and it says don't fuck with us around the edges.
I'm very much about that one.
Yeah, dude, it's coming out good.
That's
man.
my favorite design.
Yeah, Brett Lynch from Patriot Challenge Coin is doing them for us. They're fucking he does great
Brett's
work,
good,
man.
dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So, what other travels you got in the bank, Kevin?
Oh man, well I might go back out to New York. It's like everything else, you know. If they call me, I'll go back out there. But it's kind of weird how they have to structure all this shit through SAG
Yeah.
because like getting paid on a certain contract and then you have to re-up your. I don't know. It's just fucking. It's really fucking weird. There's another gig coming up. This one lady hit me up about. I don't even remember the name of it, but it's filming in Connecticut. Is it, yeah, Middletown, Connecticut. But dude, it might be.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody yesterday from Middletown, Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're shooting this this project, and it's a pilot. You know the old movie called Hooper with Burt Reynolds? He was like a stuntman, but he was kind of like a race car driver or some kind of shit. But anyways, they're shooting a pilot for this show called Hooper, and they already have a bunch of actors and stuff attached to it. But they wanted me to come out and be the stunt coordinator, and I was like, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, and I read the script. It's a pilot, so it's only an hour. It's like 40-something page script. But it's I mean, there's a lot of action, a lot of driving, a lot of crazy shit, and it's not low budget. I think it's SAG, but it's just weird. There's so much shit that goes into it in terms of prep work and all this shit. And I mean, you definitely want to do it the right way. And I mean, if you have anytime you have cars, you have to have multiple cars. But one of the cars they have, it's an old Trans Am.
Sick.
So it's an old, like a 73.
Yeah,
Trans
dude. Gen
Am.
2. Absolutely.
And it's like car crashes and fucking gunfights and all this crazy shit. And I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, I'm all into that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, so hopefully that's coming up, but I don't think that's until like maybe August.
I think this is the summer of movies.
Yeah.
The amount of previews that I've seen of shit, like, because you're hard pressed to get me to go to a movie theater anymore.
Well, because it's all woke shit.
But
dude.
now, like, there's probably 5 of them out there that I'm like, I'm going full IMAX on this fucker.
Except for the what's the Christopher Nolan one where they fucked up the casting on it.
I mean, I'll still do it, but how the fuck is Achilles a tranny chick? That's like 5'4" and like 120.
Dude, that's the weird thing. Christopher Nolan is so good. I'm like, how did you
How dare
obey
you?
this thing? Like, what?
That's the
Achilles?
Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an amazing story. I can't believe it hasn't been
Which
done
apparently
yet.
was filmed at sea for like 4 of the fucking 2 years or whatever it was.
It's got great casting and Matt Damon's in it.
4 months.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you fuck this up so bad?
What is it? Elliot Page?
Yeah,
As
and
Achilles?
then the main chick is a black chick. I'm like, what do you? And she's not even. She's a super mid black chick.
Oh, Helen of Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Helen of Troy is black?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make her black chick, make her fucking like banging black. You're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, like making good.
yeah,
Like she's twerking.
Look at this horse.
rally the troops. Yeah, I mean, I'll trust him. Like maybe he's got a vision for it that I just don't know yet. But
Yeah, hopefully it's a small part.
It's fucking weird, man. Like when all the casting, it's really fucking weird. Like when you think about how they cast roles for things, common sense has got to have.
you would think
It's got to play into it somehow. And
You
I
would think.
get, you don't want to exclude people from certain roles.
No,
but-
for sure.
Yeah. But when you have a historical film, like I don't remember what show it was where they were complaining that there were no black representation or whatever. And it was literally a film about like Vikings or
something,
some
right.
shit. And you're like, well, but this was like the fucking 1300s or some shit.
In
Like,
Sweden,
Yeah.
Norway.
I mean, the same thing with like fucking Braveheart.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a huge representation of African American, just like you're not going to have a huge representation of Mexicans or Latin Americans
Italians.
or Asians.
That's just the truth. It's not racist. It's
You
just
know?
the fucking truth of the
It's called
story.
geographical common sense.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it's which, and I get in olden times in Greece where the Odyssey takes place. I mean, yeah. I can see representation for African Americans.
Right, because North Africa's
sure.
right there.
Yeah, I can see representation for Turks and the Ottoman
It's
Empire.
a big trade center.
and,
I get that 100%.
Yeah,
But like,
but
But Helen of Troy?
yeah, come
yeah,
on.
I mean, the Trojans are fucking Greeks.
yeah.
They're Helen of Troy should be. I mean, make her a Mediterranean, olive-skinned.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever was played Helen of Troy in the
But in the
one with
in the literary
what was
story,
it?
she's like a super hot blonde chick.
It was Achilles, wasn't it?
What was the
it
movie
with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, was it just called Troy?
Yeah, it was Troy. Yeah, it was just Troy.
mean, yeah,
Which, by the
she
way,
was probably-
God damn.
She was probably whiter than she fucking needed to be.
Well, and that's how she's described in the original text, like as this super hot blonde chick.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Man.
that is funny too, because when you talk about Alexander the Great, he supposedly had blonde hair and fucking blue eyes, and when he rolled through parts of Afghanistan and fucking Iraq, and I mean they're like, hey, there's still people this day that are descendants supposedly of Alexander the Great that have blonde hair and blue eyes, or even olive skin and whatever. But I don't know. Again, I trust Christopher Nolan to make an excellent film. Like, he's a phenomenal filmmaker.
Sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be great. It's just weird. And the fucking one thing I don't agree with is the whole knee-jerk reaction. I get people going, what? And going in that fucking bing. You're like, wait, what? Get the fuck out of here. I would say trust the process.
Yeah, a certain amount of wait and see.
Until you go, okay, that was fucked.
Yeah.
And then it's, okay, all bets are off.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm glad that the hardcore wokeness is on the wane. So we're seeing like a return to center with all this stuff, which is I think why a lot of these movies are coming out, like, look really good. Because like they're starting to realize, like, hey, we can't force this shit.
We can breathe.
Yeah,
in the writing room.
It becomes so constricting and restricting for what you can do when you're telling a story. And like, well, what about this group? What about this group? Like, let me tell the fucking story.
Yeah. I think there's a time and a place for some of that shit. And I mean, I was watching on Netflix last night. There was it was the AFI Life. It wasn't. What did they call it? It was for Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Life Achievement. I don't know why they don't call it Lifetime Achievement. They call it Life Achievement. AFI.
They were short on characters.
Yeah, but they were saying whatever movie it was. Maybe it was Boomerang. Was the first all black cast since some movie in like the fucking like 20s or some shit.
Really?
Yeah. And but when you think back to the movie Boomerang, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
I don't remember that one. What was that one?
It was Eddie Murphy played this guy. He was like this marketing guy. His name was Marcus Graham, and then they made a comment about it that apparently there's like a nonprofit called the Marcus Graham Foundation, which was based off of his character. Cool. That they basically bring up kids in the inner city that are maybe less than well off, and they foster them into like marketing and artsy type
positions.
Jobs and careers. But yeah, it was who was the chick was married to Mike Tyson.
I don't know.
She was hot black chick.
Naomi Campbell?
No, she was a supermodel. But God, what was her name? Not Halle Berry, but Halle Berry was in that movie too. Mm-hmm. God, what is her name?
She was so hot back in the day.
I just got done watching the X-Men with her. I'm like,
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
God, but what is the other? There's another. Anyways, there's a bunch of really cool dudes in this fucking show. There's like Martin Lawrence. There's who's the dude from In Living Color?
Wayans?
No, he's not a Wayans, but he played one of the two, the gays on film or whatever it's called. They're like, hated it.
Like, that guy. Yeah, that was so good.
David Allen Greer.
Okay.
So he's like Eddie Murphy's best friend. Him and Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy are like
that's
three
cool.
best
Dude,
friends.
I gotta see that.
You guys haven't seen fucking Boomerang?
No, man.
I'm not 70.
Dude. No,
I'm not watching all black films.
No, dude, it was fucking...
I like diversity because I believe in equality.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite fucking movies.
And
it's fucking awesome. And it's literally... Dude, Eddie Murphy's just a fucking womanizer. And he's just slaying ass. Robin Givens, that's her name.
Oh, yeah.
She's fucking hot, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's just slaying ass. And then, like, these companies merge. Robin Givens is like... The other company's like in his position on the other company. So when they merge, Eddie Murphy's like, "Oh, I'm going to take control. I'm going to be the boss," because he banged out like this really fucking old lady. She was I don't remember her name, but like an old lady. And that was like his like, okay, you're almost like, okay, if you bang me, I'm 90. You get the position type thing, but literally the old lady held.
She cut him out.
She held no like real authority. Like she was just a figurehead, and so Robin Givens was like the.
You got Weinstein, bro.
Yeah, no shit. So then when they came in and she's like, oh no, no, like that lady has nothing to do with any decision making process. But it's a great movie. I don't know where the fuck I was going with this, but
You weren't.
where the fuck? Oh no, I was talking about. Like DEI and hiring of shit and but yeah, like when you think about that, like when they made films that was this is the first time an all black cast was and I don't know when this movie came out, probably in the 90s. Like you didn't have anybody going, "Oh, what the fuck? Like where's all the white guys?" Like it was like,
90s
who
are
gives a
different,
fuck?
man. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Like, just tell a good story.
You know.
No one's throwing a fit about Tyler Perry not fucking casting white people. They're just like, all right, do you?
Yeah, and I think it's fucking weird, and I wouldn't say that white people need to have a rice bowl and black people need a rice bowl.
No.
There needs to be it needs to be like a complete representation. But I don't think anybody should be dictating like, oh well, you know.
You can't be forcing this shit.
Yeah,
dude. It becomes so artificial, and it's
Yeah.
so obviously artificial when you force it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even really need to be. Like, for instance, like, you know, the commander of the Artemis II is black. And, you know, former Navy, like...
Yeah,
they're
well, that's a
badass
good thing.
dude.
They're
And
doing
I think that's a
important
good
ass
thing
shit.
about the military is like whoever was the Marine that said it, or actually I think maybe he was an Air Force. He was like an Air Force general. He goes, you know, we love how the Marines treat everybody because they treat everybody like they're black.
Yeah. Yeah. Marines don't have a race problem.
Yeah.
They treat everybody like they're black.
Yeah,
dude.
they're like they fucking hate everybody. They treat everybody like dirt, and you're like, what the fuck? And he was a black like Air Force general, and you're like, dude, what the fuck?
That's why the Marines
love
have
that
such good
shit.
camaraderie, dude. You know, it's like there's no bullshit. There's no like, well, you get this, you
It's
get this because
pretty much based on your merits.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. That's how it should be.
But I mean, there's definitely, not to say there's never any racism, but I think it's not necessarily racism. It's like if I have a fucking lisp, or I'm fucking overweight, or I fucking can't swim for shit, or you know,
Right.
that's the thing that the fucking dudes in your platoon are going to capitalize on. Just like if you're a fucking black guy, or if you've got a fat ass, or you've got, you know,
A big hog.
Oh, you got a huge fucking cock. You can be like, hey, that's fucking,
Look at tripod.
yeah.
Yeah, 40 Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know,
Well, you can't.
you can
shouldn't-
call shit racism, or
Well,
you
you-
can call it everybody's, you know.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't.
You're being an asshole.
You shouldn't exclude people, but at the same time, you shouldn't force inclusion where it doesn't belong. Like there's a difference between the two, and that's a very wide line. You know what I mean? That's not a fine line. It's a very wide line.
Yeah.
Like, just tell a good story and good representation, and like if it calls for the right type of person, awesome. But when you force it in certain ways, it just makes it awkward for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that's, I mean, you just can't fuck with history at that point, and especially if it's written down. I mean, we look at the original Gladiator, and one of Russell Crowe's like good friends was that super talented black actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was like down in the depths with him.
Great
that had
character.
a massive main role and
Yeah.
like did an impeccable job at it, but you can't turn Helen with Troy coming out of fucking Egypt now.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff
know.
like that, man.
Yeah.
Can we take a
what was that
quick break?
guy's name?
Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah. White buzz.
Let's do this. Okay. Thanks for sticking with us through all the technical difficulty and breaks.
Yeah. No shit.
There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes right now.
Yeah. Oh, something else we mildly glossed over. So Emerald Spear, you and I actually linked up at our Reposado launch party.
Yeah. Stuff's awesome.
That was at
Who ate the rest of these? You fucking shitbirds.
That's what you get for running your fucking yap outside.
Fuck.
Dude,
Cock bags.
Oh, the beef crisps.
Are all these gone?
I don't know. There
No,
might
we
be
got
some crumbs in
we
there
got,
for
we
you.
got one more bag.
It's up there. It's already open. I'm sure Nick already
If that
fucking
doesn't
mowed down
go
on that
as a
shit.
fucking ad, I
Let
don't
me
know
go
what
grab it
does.
real quick.
That snacks don't make its way halfway through the show.
Yeah, no shit.
Those are supposed to last us 3 episodes.
Yeah, my fucking ass. But yeah, we launched our Reposado, went down to Arandas, Mexico, and sourced it all. And now it's live on the website, along with our Navy SEAL Foundation collaboration. So now we have 3 different spirits up on the website and a shit ton of new apparel that Ryan is actually producing for us.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, hell
we're,
yeah.
Lot of
we're
shit.
keeping it team incestuous.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that. It's incestuate.
No, I'm like the one Army guy investor.
Yeah, I tried looking for the third bag of beef crisps.
They're behind
crisps. Are they?
No, I replaced it with the empty one because it
No
was
way.
smart.
We went through 3 bags.
Yeah. Dude, they're that fucking good.
They are.
They're not bullshitting. They're good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try and bring a big bag tomorrow. I meant to bring it today, which I'm glad I didn't. But we went through that one, then we wouldn't have one for tomorrow. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, it's a good advertisement. I hope Alex is getting his money's worth. It's legit
Yeah,
good shit.
seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on how many he sends us, I'm just going to use our own fucking code.
Yeah, we'll just buy it, dude.
Yeah, I'm just going to take. All right, Liberty Risk.
They're fucking good, man. I will say. What the fuck were we talking about when we left?
I forget. I think we're talking about. I think I was talking about the new North Carolina trip.
No.
We can go into that one though.
Not a chance. Were we?
No,
No.
we weren't there yet.
All right, well, let's save. Let's do something else.
What the fuck were we talking about? We were talking about.
We're talking about.
Oh no,
TV
we were
and
talking
movies.
about. We were talking about DEI.
Yeah, you're probably
that's
talking
right,
about
yeah.
some fucking Eddie Murphy movie
Eddie
from
Murphy.
'68.
No, yeah, but dude, so watch the. First of all, if anybody didn't see it yet, you motherfuckers, go on Netflix and watch Nemesis, which is a show I did last year that just came out in like 2 weeks ago. But I binged all 8 episodes. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't really see any glaring things. But it's a cop drama. But it's on Netflix. It's called Nemesis, and it's please leave a good review. I might get another season out of it. But
It's great, except for that Kevin guy.
yeah, no, I'm not in it. I'm behind the scenes, and there's obviously anybody that was a cop might see some shit and be like, "What?" But
I feel like that's very department dependent.
yeah. For the most part, it was entertaining for me. The storyline is phenomenal. It's a good storyline, and then there's a massive badass shootout reminiscent of Heat
Nice.
on episode 6. That's dope.
Were you on the last Jack Ryan?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, because
But I went to the premiere in New York.
I just got
'cause
done
I was
watching
out there.
that.
Yeah, that was good. They used a couple SBS guys because they're filming a lot in London.
Yeah.
So the stunt coordinator is a guy that I'm working with now called Lee, who did a bunch of the 007 films. Really, Lee Morrison, really great guy. And dude, all the car chases did you watch the Jack Ryan movie? Dude, all the car chases were dope.
They were
all the
gnarly.
gun shit was okay. No, I'm kidding. All the
There's
gun
a
shit
lot
was
of
good.
action in that.
Yeah. The only thing that I saw that was glaringly like not my style was everything that they fired was full auto.
Yes.
It was just like,
Hands down.
I was like, God damn.
And
Like,
minimal mag changes.
yeah. But other than that, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And I think it was partially written by Krasinski. So he's dabbling into the action genre.
He's doing a big, like, it seems like from our conversations that he's going kind of big into, I guess, the back end of the camera in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I honestly have nothing but praise to say about him as an actor.
That does a lot, man.
And
Yeah.
like his humor is very on point, like in his roles, even though it's a super serious role. And then his shooting, and you know, when he gets fucked up, he looks fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to see.
Yeah, and well, Greer wasn't there, so Wendell's doing Shakespeare. He's doing Othello, so he wasn't at the premiere. But I hung out with Michael Kelly at the premiere, who I hadn't seen in probably since like 2022, and he's such a good dude in terms of just a genuine guy in terms of hanging out, but in terms of like his character arc for Jack Ryan, like he plays this guy Mike November, and he's like I guess he's more of like a contract, or he's not a blue badger, but I think he's more of like he's not a GRS guy either. I think
Is he the rogue one?
no, he plays like he's the guy that's alongside Krasinski and Wendell Pierce.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's an incredible actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and he's a funny fucking dude too. So like when you watch, I don't know if you follow any of the Amazon or there's a Jack Ryan. It's called, I don't know. It's on Instagram. It's like Jack Ryan, Amazon, or Jack Ryan Prime. I don't know. There's something, but they have all these behind the scenes thing. So these promos, and it's literally like Krasinski, Wendell Pierce, and John Kelly.
He was in House of Cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Impeccable
Sorry,
actor.
not John Kelly. John Kelly's a producer who's doing thing that Michael Kelly. Great fucking dude. But they're sitting there clowning each other on all this shit. So they do these promos, and they're doing this one where Krasinski's sitting in his chair, and Michael Kelly's wearing like these like boat shoes with like no socks, and he's wearing like this scarf around his neck, and like Krasinski's just clowning him. It's funny as fuck, dude. He's like, "Did the boat leave?" Like what? Like just. But
That's awesome.
They did a whole. They must have filmed a bunch of shit for Amazon Prime. Just a day of just fucking around type shit.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But
On the
it's on
behind the
Instagram.
scenes thing, I just introduced my wife to Landman not too long ago. So we watched Landman, and Billy Bob Thornton's character is probably my favorite character ever written in the history of movies or television. And she was like, "Who's this guy?" I was like, "Don't you dare knock Billy Bob Thornton!" Like,
Yeah.
I mean, between Armageddon and then also like being married to Angelina Jolie. And so then I pulled up a current photo because he's wearing like fucking do-rags and like sideways hats on like Letterman.
Yeah, he's got an interesting.
He's got a
aesthetic,
swag about
dude.
him
Yeah.
that just doesn't fit his Landman character. And Nikki was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he does an interesting. I was trying to find this thing that sorry, I'm like talking in tongues right now. There's a guy that I worked with on this show in 2021 called it was a Walking Dead spinoff. But there was one of the extras who was really into wanting to, and he's a former cop, or he might still be a cop, actually. I think he's still a cop. And he had been a cop in Albuquerque, so he knew the Midnight Rodeo where I got arrested whenever I was a new guy. But now he's a cop in Maryland, but he'd been doing stuff as a special ability extra and stuff like that on the show we were doing. But he was really trying to get his foot in the door as an actor. And dude, since then he's blown. I would say he's blown up, but he's done a shit ton of roles since then. So he's on the latest Punisher with John Barenthal. He did a little bit in I think season 4 of Jack Ryan. He gets his foot in the door, and I think he had a speaking role for that. But he's in Landman as this cop or security guy, and I sent him this fucking thing, and it's when. See if it'll play.
he's not the Mexican sheriff, is he?"
Oh, see the guy who was
It's
giving
this
him
guy.
shit for smoking?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. Why are you doing it?
Buddy, I'm in no mood.
Oh, you're in no mood, huh?
That's right.
I'm in no mood is my fucking motto.
Is that right? You happy?
Well, now it's literal.
He threw his cigarette down.
Something else to do.
That
Such a
one
great
right outside the
character, dude.
hospital.
Yeah. So this
saw
guy
it.
Victor, he killed that part, and he's still auditioning for stuff. And I want to say he's in another Taylor Sheridan show. I want to say either Marshalls or Dutton Ranch or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I love the spinoffs, man.
But dude, if this guy ever comes to the West Coast, this guy Victor, we need to have him on the show. He's a good fucking guy, and he's got a really cool story of just, he's a cop and was like, oh fuck, I'll dip my toe into this acting realm, and just was like loved it and was like, fuck man, this is where I want to be, and just started crushing it. But going back to Billy Bob Thornton, did you ever watch any of the Goliath series?
Briefly,
On
but
Amazon.
I didn't write it all the way out to the end.
Dude, I think there's at least 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons. Like that's a really good show that a lot of people I think haven't investigated, because he plays like this drunk lawyer, essentially in like Redondo Beach, like L.A. Like he's in like this rundown hotel that he's essentially like living in, and
No shit.
he's like,
That sounds like a Billy Bob role.
yeah, but he's like a complete functioning alcoholic, and
He is in every
Yeah.
role of his.
yeah. But dude, he's yeah.
He's like Jack Nicholson. He just plays himself in every role.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. I saw this
Or Joe
clip.
Pesci.
I see this clip of him talking about his acting style, about how he doesn't like to rehearse, and he said he'll like on a show. He said he'll start like obviously he's going to read the fucking script, but he said a couple days prior to when they're going to film it, he's like, yeah, him and he's got a guy that works for him that does like his lines with him. And he's like, yeah, we'll start getting into it like a couple days prior, and he goes, I'll start getting my mind into it. But he goes, he doesn't like to rehearse because he wants everything he does to be new.
Natural.
He doesn't want it to be like he's a robot, like he's seen it 1,000 times, which I think is really, I wouldn't say it's innovative, but I think it's smart. Because when you see people that act, and you can tell when they're acting and when they're
responding,
when they're actually responding to what other people are saying, and you can tell the difference between somebody who acts and you can tell the difference between somebody who's just saying the fucking lines.
Yeah, there's that old saying that if you know somebody really well, you never think they're a good actor because you can always tell when they're acting.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah, and it's weird, like being on this last show, and we were actually shooting film, which is another great thing with Krasinski because he's directing, and this is the third installment they did. We're actually shooting film. We're not shooting digital, and it's a lot of like one camera setups where like a lot of people don't understand. Like
That seems pretty unusual these days.
Yeah, most shows you're rolling 3 fucking cameras. At very least, you're rolling 2 cameras at all time. You're rolling an A and a B cam. And it's like, so if you're like, I mean, fuck, we're rolling 2 cameras and we're rolling 3 cameras and we're doing a fucking podcast.
Shit.
So it's one of those things where, you're going to get, just like we're doing now, you're going to get you for one of these setups where obviously this camera can't see this, and then this camera's seeing us. And then, for a C camera, which is what it's doing, you've got a wide.
Wide or tight.
Yeah. Or you'll have another camera over there that's punching in. That's just getting his reaction to what I'm saying, or you got a camera there that's getting my reaction to what he's saying, or But yeah, it's doing a lot of these one camera setups. But there's Cillian Murphy is on this show. You've got this other guy, Jack O'Connell, which is another phenomenal actor. So it's funny me getting back into some of this stuff because the last thing that I kind of filmed, not including the thing we did in Morocco, because that wasn't a lot of dialogue. It was mostly just action and dudes just running around shooting and shit. But that Nemesis show, and you see the fruits of your labor, and you go like, oh fuck, man, like that came out really well.
That's cool.
Or you look at it and like, ooh, like man, that is not a good actor or not a good actress. When you see some of the shit. But, I mean, for the most part, all the Nemesis stuff I was looking at, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, damn, okay, that came out really good. And you look at them and go, that's fucking believable.
Yeah. I think you have to be really bad for the average audience member to really notice they're bad, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm just absorbed in the story, so I don't really notice. Because I'm not in the
and
genre,
I think the thing with us, too, is I think in the community, in the community we come from, you're not going to look at somebody and critique him and go, that dude's a bad actor. But what us three as a whole, you would look at some action shit and you're like,
yeah,
that motherfucker's not really throwing a punch. That looks fucking horrible. Yeah. Or look at how he's holding his gun. That looks, guys fucking shit like this and is pointing down. You're like, what the fuck is he pointing at? Or
they're shooting just like not looking around.
Or some car sliding in that just looks unrealistic. So for us, it's more of like the action sequences look, which I think with the new Jack Ryan thing, like all the action shit looked fucking just dope.
Well, here's the alternative of it too, and like I'm not throwing shade at our boys because like we're all boys with them, but like Act of Valor, like. You could tell that they were good stunt guys, but they weren't great actors.
Yeah.
And, like, nor did they ask to be actors.
Yeah.
It was just something that, kind of fell into their lap or whatever. But, like, and especially now that I know Dave so well and AJ and all those guys, I'm like, buddy. But I'm not saying I could do any better. Hands down.
Well, it's one of those things, too, where, I mean, I look at shit and go, I think as a director, I definitely feel like the guys who directed Act of Valor, I think they could have gotten a lot more out of our guys as actors because nobody's teaching those guys how to act.
No.
And I think even something
It's
as
a
simple.
skill, dude. It's
Yeah,
definitely a different
but I
skill.
mean, even something as simple, and dude, it's fucking hard. A lot of people don't realize, like, oh, I could just sit in front of a camera and fucking talk. You're like,
you
They
can.
say that till they do
yeah,
it.
fuck
until
you can.
and dude, I've said that from the start, where like I did some shit on that zombie movie, and it's not the same as being in a gun tub in Transformers 4 where there's a camera like fucking 3,000 feet away and I'm shooting a minigun and I don't know if I'm on film or not, versus that fucking extreme close-up
Yeah, right.
right
on
in
you.
my fucking face, like, okay, deliver your line, monkey. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, it's fucking intimidating as fuck. And it's like, exit frame. And you're like, I gotta get the fuck out. I gotta get the fuck out. I gotta get the fuck out. And you're like, no, motherfucker. And that was one thing that was cool about this guy, Ed Quinn, who was the leading role in that show. He was like, bro, just embrace it. Don't look at the fucking lens, but
Look
deliver
through
your
the lens.
Yeah, deliver your lines. Like, dude, just act like you don't give a fuck and you fit right in.
It just takes comfortability, I
Have
think.
a couple drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch of repetition, a couple drinks.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't go as far as Charlie Sheen, put an ice cube in your asshole. but
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I guess he did like a 2-night bender just smoking crack with hookers. And I guess he was falling asleep during his lines when they were like live, like cameras rolling.
How do you go to like, I know how to fix this? Ice cube in the bottle.
And he literally was like, can I get a cup of ice? Like he dimes himself out.
Yeah.
And then like in some diner in like New Mexico and then like walks in the bathroom, puts an ice cube up his ass and comes back and nails his line. And the director's like, I don't know what you did, but this worked. And he's like, put an ice cube up my ass. And he's like, never
Like,
mind.
good one. You're like, no, really. Yeah. But it is a process. You know, and going back to like the whole act of valor thing, I think if they actually had somebody there that was like,
Coach, teach, mentor.
yeah, they were like, hey, and I don't know, maybe they did have somebody there, and their shit still came out as bad as it. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
And I
it's
don't
a
think
worthy watch.
Yeah, I don't think
is.
it came out bad. I think you can definitely look at some shit and go, okay, this guy he's not an actor, which they're not. They're fucking team
It's
guys.
not the expectation. Yeah.
But it's one of those things where if you do something long enough, and you it's like us doing this podcast. Our
I was about
early
to say
shit
that. I was about
is
to say that.
fucking horrible.
Yeah,
And we're fucked
yeah.
up, and we're not in a groove.
We still
We're
can't
here.
get the cameras right.
Yeah, no shit.
a year
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
But it's fucking weird to the point where if you get in a groove and you get a certain mentality to where you're listening and you're using those dramatic pauses and you're using your tone and your
Inflection.
Yep, you're using all those things, and a lot of it too is just listening, because it's
Yeah.
like, and this is something I had to go over with my sons when they did their big thing on this TV show Room 104, and I'm like, most of acting is just listening.
Oh,
Because
I thought of it that way.
Yeah, because if you go, hey, what are you doing? And before your sentence is even over with, I'm like, well, I was doing it. You're like, motherfucker,
Yeah.
you didn't even hear what I said. You didn't interpret what I said, and you didn't formulate what you were gonna reply with.
You can
You
tell it's a
already
coin.
the shit was on a page, and you just replied what was on the page, and that's the difference between acting and just saying lines.
Yeah.
So you can tell a big difference when you're like, whoa, what the fuck, like, and a lot of it is nervousness, and a lot of it is not doing it, but you know.
Well, it's reps, dude. I
And
mean,
not that I'm a fucking acting coach, but I can interpret what I see.
well,
from behind the
I think it's
camera,
just
you know?
it's like anything else, man. It would be unreasonable to expect to go into any new endeavor and think that you're gonna be good at it right out of the gate. Like, you got to expect that you're gonna suck at it. You got to train.
Yeah.
You got to be aware of your faults, and then work on the weaknesses, and then get better. I mean, it would be super weird if everybody was like really good at everything they tried right off the bat. I mean, some people are like that.
Yeah.
Boy, I just learned that. Like literally this past weekend, I was in Oregon shooting the Loophole NRL sniper event with literally the top 10% of all the shooters in the world. Right? Like I went through 2 sniper schools, battalion sniper section leader. Like my buddy, him and I went through sniper school, and he's running it. But these are lanes and like shooting evolutions that are like timed at 4 minutes, You have to find targets. You have no motherfucking clue where they are. You have to get in the most awkward positions of all time that I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Ever fucking seen. And also, there are literally 10 ways to skin this cat on one fucking lane. And so now your brain's racing, and like you can try to force a position.
Wait, what do you have for support? Do you have a tripod? Or like,
So
do you have
what you
anything?
have is like you have your rifle, you have your bipod legs attached to your rifle, and then you have a tripod. But then you have this ground in front of you, but we're kind of like we were shooting in a lava field.
These are high elevation, or is it one single plane?
No, they're all different undulating
okay, yeah.
elevations, and then sometimes you can be shooting down at 30 degrees, or sometimes you need to arc up. And
30
sometimes
degrees? Holy
there might
shit.
be 4 positions in one target, and one of the positions you have to shoot down at it, and the next position you might have to shoot up at it.
Yeah.
So you're
And
just
so-
holding, you're just calculating in your head, holding it.
It's not so you would always typically most everybody there dials elevation, but they hold wind.
Yeah.
Depending on your targets, and some lanes you're going to have 4 different targets and one position, or it'll be four targets, 4 positions.
Oh, it's like,
So it's a constant fucking chess game against yourself.
what's the minimum, maximum range distance we're talking about?
Minimum, I'd probably say minimum is like 400.
Oh, wow.
Maximum out to a G.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not holding that.
No.
You're dialing that in.
Yeah, you don't want to hold fucking 5 mils.
Well, that's the other thing too. That's kind of funny when at least when I'm watching shooting, like sniper shit, is when you'll see dudes they'll start fucking dialing windage, and you're like, dude, there's not a lot of. I mean, not to say there's. If you're shooting fucking out to 1,000, dialing a little windage might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
But you see like a movie like Shooter, where it's all in an urban environment, shit like that, and you start seeing dudes tweaking the fucking
Yeah.
turrets on the fucking windage, and you're like,
No, top one, buddy.
yeah,
Yeah, because your wind's forever changing, right?
yeah.
You might go from a 3 mile an hour to an 8 mile an hour gust.
Yeah. You're
just
And-
chasing it if you're
and
dialing
so
it,
then, if you're dialing, you're chasing. But the point that I was getting at about that is, I'm no stranger to shooting, but when you activate this game and a clock that's running down,
every
sucked
lane's
ass.
timed, right?
Every lane is 4 minutes. And so this is developed by my buddy who was at the sniper schoolhouse for 4 fucking years or 3 years, and was just perpetually a sniper. Not to mention he's been in this forever, and so he knows how to make this hard. So he's gonna paint a black ram target that's like maybe a 1 MOA target in the shadows of a tree.
Wow.
And so, and you have to target identify
find this bitch.
and you can only ask yes or no questions to the RO.
Do you have a spotter?
No.
Oh,
That's the
No.
range officer.
So you run up, you're pulling tripod legs out, you're doing that, you're setting down your gun, you're coming up, you're like, is it, and so there'll always be a placard. You're like, is it next to 4B? Roger, it's next to 4B. And you're like, all right, so you range that, you're writing down your dope on that. And now you're like, all right, where is it? All right, I identify this as target 3, a rabbit, negative. And you're like, fuck. So now you're having to look back over.
There's a real rabbit out there.
All under 4 minutes, dude. And then you're fucking loading mag, getting in. But when you're on binos and then you get down and you're behind your gun.
How many targets per lane typically?
and do you know it ahead
3
of time?
to 4?
Yeah, so there's like a stage, right? So a lot of times it'll be like 4 targets, 1 position, moving left to right. So what you do is you'll identify your placard, which is a big, square. It's kind of like stocking lanes where they like hold up a card.
Right.
I think you guys had that.
Yep.
And then if it's left to right, you're like, okay, I know they're typically on the same plane. They might be 100 yards, forwards or backwards. And so you have to do that. But sometimes what you do is you'll identify a target as target 2 because you missed the real target 2. So you think in your head, if you're not asking the RO questions, you think target 2 is actually target 3.
Do you have to shoot them in sequence?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's such a
So
fucking
target ID
game.
is a huge part of that.
So
then.
it's probably the largest game.
Wow.
And now you're shooting in a canyon in fucking Oregon. So now there's like all these crosswinds going on.
Yeah.
I got motherfucking hoe checked. Motherfuck time. And I'm like, I got one shot off, dude.
Wow.
And still, there's 3 other targets to be found.
Yeah.
But then you have other guys.
And you didn't even shoot the right target. No.
Yeah, exactly. I shot target 3. But then you have other guys because I was ROing the rest of it. So the ROs shoot like day 0, and then the rest of the 260 people come in and shoot the rest of like day 1 and day 2. And you get to see how everybody decides to skin the cat. And all you're doing is just watching hamsters in people's brains just running on this wheel, like trying to figure it out.
That's a lot of moving parts, man.
Super useful. I mean, I think it's probably the most strategic, well thought out competition for long range I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've
Sounds fucking dope.
It's so fucking fun, dude. And everybody is so humble.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's just so nice. Like, there's no egos there. Like, there's none of that.
Were you using that Vortex fucking little fucking computer deal?
So I use that a lot. And actually, this kind of harrows at the point. So when I'd find my targets on binos, let's just say I found 1 through 4, and I'm like, all right, cool. Because there's so much gaming involved, I would forget to find target reference points for target 1. So it's like, all right, this dead tree. It's at the base of that. And so then I get behind my gun, and I'm like racking out
Where the
zoom,
fuck is
and
it?
I can't find it.
Yeah.
And then I would find it, but then it was pouring rain, and so my whole arm board got washed
no
off.
way.
And I'm like, I'm not going to take the extra 20 seconds to get behind my binos and try to find this again.
Yeah.
And I know it's around there, and I would find it, but I had no dope on my arm. So then that's when I'd hit my Vortex LRF, and I'm like, all right, it's that. And then I'd shoot, and it's time. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, I got too big of an ego to get ho-checked that hard, but I got ho-checked.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
That was
Dude,
your
it's
first
it's
competition, though,
fucking
right?
perishable skills too, man.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
if you're
dude.
not fucking Johnny on the spot, and you're like,
Very.
dude, I haven't done this shit, and I mean, dude, I don't even fucking know what I would do at a sniper competition. I'd be
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, which
Dude,
one's
yeah.
elevation?
Sniper school for me was almost 27 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking
Dude, I
know.
went through sniper school in '98.
How do I load the mag?
They're like, what the fuck is this shit? And it's all
Shit,
new and
dude.
Gucci
Yeah.
and laser rangefinders. Because back then, in the 90s, dude, you had M3 Alphas and a bolt-action deer rifle. Or an M14.
We shot M14 iron sights, then we
Yep.
shot the M91, which was a 7.62
Yeah, the bolt
700
Remington.
700.
Yeah.
Then we shot Remington 700 300 Win Mag,
Yep.
and then we had the 50.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was
We had
our-
a M4 too, but that was kind of like.
Well, yeah, we had
that was a
M4.
qual and get in, right?
I mean, you kind of had to qual all of them open sights. And
Yeah.
Then you get your scope on it, but. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just kind of. It was really interesting, man. But the technology these days, like,
Yeah.
dude, you could set up anything, dude. Like, it's
Yeah.
it levels the.
Yeah, I
playing
don't know
field a
when
lot.
we actually went to. At some point, we had the full Mark 11, Mark 12, Mark 13, Mark 14.
I'd probably say around 11, maybe.
2011?
Is that the SR-25?
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
Mark 11.
Yeah, which is
Mark 11 is
SR-25.
SR-25. Mark 12 was the 5.56 gun. Mark
Okay.
13 was the 300 Win Mag.
Mark 12. I
How
got
do
a
you
hard
remember all this shit? I don't remember any of that.
Got a
I do. but
shitty
still.
memory.
Also, the thing is like the Army calls the Navy guns completely different things. Like ours was the M110.
Right.
Yours was the Mark 10. And then the Army never even did the Mark 12, which is the 5.56 gas
Yeah.
version. That's
Yeah.
like 18-inch, which might be one of the sexiest guns of all time.
The Mark 12?
The OG, like Mark
5.56 one?
12. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for
Or
our
no,
audi-
yeah.
So
yeah.
for our audience here, because I know most of them are not like long range snipers and shit, but if they're going to do their loadout to make this conversation relevant to
Yeah.
them, what's your go-to? Like, what would you suggest for like the average random person in an urban environment, or like say somebody living in the suburbs, right? Like, what should they get for home defense, normal stuff like zombie apocalypse, and somebody in like a really out, say a defensible position, you got some land.
This is a
What
legit
would you
question.
Yeah.
Kevin, you want to go first?
Oh, shit.
So, urban environment.
Yeah, so an urban environment, I mean, dude, I love a good, an accurate, reliable 5.56 gun, which is, I mean,
Sons of Liberty.
yeah, I mean, no shit. I mean, I just got that MP, that SIG, what is it,
MPX.
MPX?
Yeah.
which I've yet to even fucking shoot the goddamn thing yet, which it's been sitting, fucking my safe queen.
Which means we all three need to collectively go out. We'll have Nikki film it, and we'll do a range day
Yeah.
for
It'll
our
be fun,
YouTube
dude.
channel.
Yeah.
Well, I got an MP. Wait, what's the fucking 9mm one? There's an MPX and an MP.
5.
No, MPX and an MCX.
MCX, yeah.
MCX is the 9mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got it. So for
Or maybe that's-
so
I
for
don't know,
layman's terms, you got a 5.56 pistol and you got an M4 rifle, relatively short barrel, like California compliant, quote unquote, 16-inch.
Yeah, no, this one's not 16-inch. But
Theoretical then.
and it's not in California.
Yeah, theoretical.
Yeah, so, I mean, any kind of decent, you could have a 16-inch 5.56 gun that's reliable. And the thing with that is, like, you can have all the fucking guns in the world, but if you're not actually actively practicing and shooting these
exactly.
things, then you might as well have a fucking brick.
Dude, people ask that all the time. It's like, what's the best gun? Like, the best gun you could ever get is the one you're most
The one you're
going
going to train with. Yeah, exactly. Because, dude, I have, like, the gun I have in my fucking nightstand is that Staccato.
Yeah.
Which is probably not the best one to have because I don't shoot it all the fucking time.
Well,
you know?
I'll go
But
first
for
on
home
this.
defense, it's fucking
I'll go first because mine will be super quick. Because I'm not a gun guy, surprisingly.
bag.
But what I would suggest for people in most of these three environments, like urban, suburban, and defensible position, like with space, is you and your partner, whatever this should be, have some kind of handgun with the same type of round. I do 9mm.
9mm.
If you're not used to guns, like I have a SIG because I'm used to it. But if you're not used to guns, I think Glock is a great choice. I'm just doing a SIG because like I'm so used to it. I can shoot a blindfold and hit a body target within 10 yards, like 9 times out of 10, right?
70% of the time.
Yeah, it's good. It's good enough, right?
That's why it's 17 plus 1.
Yeah. So you and your partner have the same round, usually 9mm, I would suggest, and comfortable guns, handgun, and then a regular M4 that's the shortest barrel you can get for housework, whatever defensible. I personally prefer housework in my own house with a 9mm and not a 5.56 because the penetration with a 5.56 is going to go to your neighbors and shit.
Yeah.
9mm, it's less likely, and you can cut around corners easier with a 9mm. And I'm fairly accurate with a 9mm. I'm comfortable with it. M4, if I need it, I like to have it. But long range, something 7.62. I don't know enough about. I'm not a long range enough shooter to know about 7.62. I would get something in 7.62 that is the same platform and the same mechanics as whatever my M4 platform is.
Yeah.
So like
Like an AR-10.
Yeah. So like I have a LWRC rifle. I also have a Sons of Liberty one, which is in Texas. But I want to get a Mark I from them, and then whatever their 7.62 one is. That's what I want. That's what I want to get. 2 pistols, an M4, and one 7.62 platform.
Yeah.
Because your ammo is always accessible. It's super easy to load up. You can stockpile that stuff, and you're totally set. You and your family are totally set, and that will kind of set you up. Those 3 guns or 4 guns. Almost any scenario you'll come across will be like set.
Yeah.
The fourth one I might get would be like a shotgun or something, just for certain situations. There's some benefits to a shotgun.
Yeah.
But but I'm not a gun guy.
Yeah, and unless I lived out in like fucking Montana, I will say in Tennessee, I've got some acreage out there, but I'm not shooting at anyone that's gonna be 1,000 fucking yards away.
Right.
And if I do,
Just wait till they get closer.
yeah, I've got a fucking.
You got time, bro.
Yeah,
They're not hitting you.
I've got an
promise.
AR-10 that's, a tack driver that I can. And I take that back. I have an M1A also that's
You go super old
pretty damn
school,
good,
dude.
like
Yeah.
900 yards. That's dialed in. But yeah, if you're looking to do long range, I'm saying out to 1,000 yards, not even like super long, like anything past 1,000 yards, like
Different ballgame.
yeah, it's crazy, and those are skills that.
Yeah. I think it's also useful to look at your house as if you were to invade your house. What are the points? Like you have plywood that you have in case shit, you can just board it up, right?
Yeah, throw plywood on my front window there.
Exactly. Same thing. Like I have my biggest entry point is glass doors. So I want to get some plywood that I can, whatever scenario.
Which
I can
actually,
just
there's a
bolt it up.
company. So you remember Mario Martin?
No.
So he was a corpsman at Team 5, and dude, he hung out at Team 5 forever. I mean, he's probably got as much time at he's got at least 10 years at 5, probably more than
Dang.
team as a corpsman.
Yeah.
It was probably more than 10 years, I would
More
say.
than
'cause,
most team
dude,
guys, yeah.
He was at 5 for a really long time. And I don't even remember where the fuck he was at between that. I think he stuck around Group and Log Sioux and a lot of the Warcom. Like, I don't know that he left Spec War, because I think he wound up down in Tampa at MacDill as a corpsman doing stuff down there. But I think he still lives in Tampa. But anyways, he works for a company, and they make this. They make bulletproof glass, essentially, but they make this film that you can put on glass.
There's a company in Texas that I was going to hire because my front bedroom window is like right in front of my driveway, right? All it takes is a motherfucking hammer or a brick, and like now you're in my fucking bedroom. And I was hesitant about that. I'm like, all right, like it's expensive to like replace your windows like with this stuff, but I saw him like literally try to take a hooligan tool to it, and it just like flex.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, like, I want fucking that. And it just looks like a normal window. And so what I did do is I put like the privacy film over mine that's just like a mirror, which means now I got birds flying into that thing head first all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a bird cemetery like right out front of my fucking bedroom window. But that's definitely a good way to go. And then to your point, like war game your fucking house.
Yeah.
And figure it out, right? Like, we have a back window, or we have that front window, but then there's a window directly behind our headboard to where, like, push out the fucking screen. You and the dog both can jump out of there in the event that I'm not home. Also, there's a fucking SIG with California compliant rounds, like right next to the bedside table. So there's that. But harrowing back to the gun conversation, 22 pistol for animals and anything you need quiet, preferably suppressed. But or even like a Ruger 1022 would be like absolutely ideal for like animals and like feeding yourself. Urban environments, all day, either 16 or 18 inch SPR, which is like special purpose rifle upper, because of 5.56 rounds. And the only thing that's really going to differentiate between whether that gun's accurate or inaccurate is either A, your barrel, or B, your bullets, or both. Yeah. It always boils down to the B's. Barrels, bullets, or both, which is kind of like always what we said. Long distance, I'd probably say in a perfect world, I would go with the 300 Win Mag, bolt action. Over a 6.5, just because it has more terminal ballistics.
Easier to find too, aren't they? Or is 6.5 pretty common these days?
6.5 is very common now.
Okay.
Very common.
I'm out of the loop. Yeah.
One of the funny things, I heard a name for the 308 now, and especially with all this advanced ballistics, so now they call it the NATO potato.
I was gonna, like the boomer or something.
Yeah, it's like it's like the 30-06 of like the World War II generation, Vietnam generation. But like, I mean, I shot my elk with a 6.5, so like it takes down a 200 or a 980 pound animal.
Dang, yeah, that'll do it.
But like, I would still take a 300 Win Mag, like bolt action, magazine fed. None of that shit where you just like shoveling it in like a fucking
You don't
M1.
need bolt action unless you're super serious.
Yeah, and that's going to be at like the Wyoming distance. But even then, dude, you can get a 6.5 Creedmoor and like an 18-inch like AR platform upper.
Yeah,
and you can do some daddy shit.
Yeah.
But urban, never a bolt gun. I would always go gas.
Yeah. I think too, if you're gonna, if you are in that defensible, I mean, we're apocalypsing it now, which is kind of fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
But if you're in that defensible space position, like just clear some of the dead space out. You know what I mean? Like just war game your house a little bit, because these people who are attacking your house are not fucking smarter than you.
No.
You know what I mean? So just clear out places where if you're gonna attack it, like fuck, I don't want to be out in this bowling alley. Like my house is very defensible, surprisingly, for a place in PB. We're like on the outside, we have a patio on the roof, so I can
got the high ground.
High ground, right? And then we have one area in.
But how many sandbags do you have ready to be filled? You got to have the sandbags you can just fill up in your backyard and bring them up top.
I don't need sand
you
either. But I do have a staircase, so if they get in the front,
That's all you need. Just
nobody. I mean,
hang around it, pie it.
I could hold off 30 people in my staircase, no problem.
It's like 300, dude, going through that fatal funnel.
Absolutely. Like, good luck getting up my fucking staircase, bro.
You've been in my house before, and so I'm in a cul-de-sac. And so, dude, all my neighbors know, and I've already talked to them. I'm like, dude, if everything goes to fucking shit, there's this giant palm tree like halfway up our fucking street. I've already been like, yep, that fucking thing's getting cut down and it's going across the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And, dude, it's
That's
like...
smart, dude. You got to have a community plan.
Yeah.
And then light that bitch on fire because palm trees don't burn up.
Yeah.
They just smolder.
Yeah. But yeah, all my neighbors are like, yeah, dude, we're meeting at Kevin's. I'll be handing out fucking weapons and ammo. But then that's the thing. But that's the thing. It's like I've offered to take guys shooting multiple times. And I'm like, dude, we got to get out there and like actually practice with this shit. Because I got neighbors that don't have guns. Or if they do have guns, they don't practice with guns. And they definitely don't practice to the level of shit that we know and that we, not that I would trust some guy behind me with his fucking gun. Like, I'm like, dude, fuck, like.
Well, here's the caveat to that point, right? And this is pretty much the only deal breaker is stress inoculation. Everybody can shoot great on a static range with fucking no time clock or nobody yelling at them.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys ever do stress shoots?
Oh, yeah.
Or
We
just screaming at you.
Stress courses and shit like
making
that all
you
the
do
time.
sprints and burpees and then you got to shoot.
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah, so like that is what they're not practicing.
Yeah.
And if you get some wooga booga dude, come in their house, you lose all gross motor skills, all of them, and fine especially.
Yeah.
So it's like now you're just another retard with a gun, even if you did shoot it.
That's why Glocks are great, dude. Like 1911s are beautiful art pieces, but dude, the safety, I still don't know how to fucking work one, man. Like, dude, and the SIG, I love the SIG, but I've got so much time on it. Like it's second nature.
Yeah.
But if you're not used to that, SIG is a pretty complex compared to a Glock.
You think?
Oh yeah, dude.
Because I prefer SIGs over Glocks all
just
day.
the-
but
Oh, I do too.
don't
Well,
find
it
them
depends
double
on
action trigger and all
It
this
depends
shit,
on
like-
which one too, because
Which
like you have a
complaint?
226, it's a single action,
Yeah.
double action,
Right.
Which
it takes
yeah.
a lot of time to get
like
used
a
to.
365 is
Yeah.
it's just like a Glock. It might as well be.
Yeah, the 226.
No, those are great, yeah.
You got the hammer roll forward on the single and
Which
double.
that was one of the things that I first realized when I started training people in Hollywood. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I might as well fucking use this as a fucking hammer because trying to train somebody that's never shot before, and I'm trying to make it fast. I have one day to make this person look.
Train them to decock it between movements.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like trying to make him look good to camera.
Right.
It's like, dude,
It's too much to think about.
Take this fucking 226 out of your hand. You're gonna put a Glock 19 in your hand. Now there's a single trigger pull every single time, and you're gonna replicate it every single time.
It's like a stapler. Insert paper and then fucking slam.
Yeah.
Like it's not sexy to say. Like I wish there was. Oh, you got to get this thing. It's the best. But like, no, man.
Yeah.
The best gun you could ever have is the one that you were the most comfortable.
Yeah,
with. And
100%.
99% of the time, probably more than that. Like if you're not used to guns, a Glock is going to be the best bet.
That's why I think there's so much pride behind, being a sniper, as sometimes like vanilla as it gets. When I'll get my father-in-law, from Toronto, Canada, ask me questions about sniping. He's like, so how do you do this? I'm like,
Figure it the fuck out, nerd.
there's about 20 factors involved in this decision. Right? It's like, okay, how far is it? Is there coleus effect? What angle are you shooting at? What bullet? What grain? What's your fucking barometric pressure? Like, what's your muzzle velocity? Like, all of that is taken into account. What's the elevation? Like,
He's like, I just want to shoot some cans, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, it doesn't work like that, dude. And it gives everybody a large appreciation for like the sniper community, but it also keeps people from going into it. So one of the funner things that I did at this event was they have a little guns.
Talking about the Oregon thing?
Yeah, the NRL event was they have like the little gun category where it's like dads kind of like coaching, teaching, mentoring their kids coming through this.
Oh, cool.
Teach them up in certain positions and stuff. And like I saw a little girl that like barely, like she was holding the rifle like this, kind of like floating the stock. But then I saw a bunch of little badass 8-year-olds come in there and he's like, just put me on it, Dad. And he's like racking his scope back and he like finds it and focuses it. He's up there twisting the turrets, dialing in the mills, and he's like, and I'm like,
Ting!
no
Yeah,
way.
you're like,
kid.
fuck yeah, dog.
And I'm
All
like,
right.
hit! next position. And then he like moves over and he's like, grab my gun, because it's like a
Put your fucking gun on safe, you piece of shit.
Black bolt back, show me clear. But it's super impressive to see, but it is a very overwhelming factor. Like if you got a hard time with the paddle safety, good luck sniping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different tools, man. I think like we're all mechanics with it, so that we enjoy the opportunity to have like a nice toolbox full of shit for the right thing.
Yeah.
But the average person who just wants to change a tire, I'm like, you need a jack and a tire iron, bro. Here you go.
I think Andy said that when he was on our podcast, where he's like, all the common rounds, the 7.62s, the 5.56, and the 22s. He's like, I want to be able to go in, buy a Slim Jim, a big gulp, and fucking ammo.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, yeah, that's not 338 Lapua.
Dude, he's not wrong.
No,
I mean,
he's not wrong
and
at all.
it's one of those things too, to where, I mean, obviously we're talking about the fucking apocalypse, and the funny shit is, you know, you have a group of people that are sitting there going, well, I'm not worried about any fucking bullets and stuff. I'm stockpiling food. And I'm like, well, then you aren't worried about stockpiling anything, because I'm taking your shit.
Yeah, you're just holding it for your neighbor,
I
bro.
always said that. A Glock is the key to the city.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got water? Now I got water.
Yeah. Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, it's for real, man.
And whiskey. Thank you.
And your wife.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking weird, you know. That's still one of the there's a niche and there's, I love all those prepper, there used to be a show
Their
on
shows, history.
it was just called Preppers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
preppers, yeah.
Was it called
It was on History.
Was it on the History Channel?
The guys even had their own like pre-made tinfoil hats, and then like CB radios with antennas.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, people get big into it.
they had a
man.
moat on one of the houses.
There was one house that dudes were building out in the middle of the woods, and it was like cinder block with like ramparts and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude,
One
these
of the-
motherfuckers are serious.
You got to be so disappointed when nothing happens, though. You know.
Yeah, and you spent so much money, but there were some of those I remember where they're building these bunkers, underground bunkers, and it's just, I mean, you would never know it's there.
I want one of those.
And you have dudes that just cruise out there in an RV, and they're like, you know,
It's a 10-digit grid, and they're like, oh, it's right here.
yeah, and I mean,
Oh, bro.
And then you just lift up this hatch, go down, and it's just like lined
I mean,
with
there's
fucking
levels to it, bro. Like, if you're gonna be like billionaire level, you buy an old missile silo out in the middle of nowhere.
I
with,
would do that.
with only a fucking plane runway to there.
dude,
like,
did you hear
that's-
about the
that's
fucking
gangster.
the giant house that Zuckerberg was building out in Hawaii? Dude, he's building like this crazy. I don't even know where the fuck. I don't even know what island it's on. I'm guessing Oahu, but maybe I could be way out. Maybe it's fucking, who the fuck knows? Because I mean, who's the?
What about the rising seawater, though?
Yeah, right.
Or
Dude,
tsunami.
supposedly there's like satellite imagery of this bunker that he built into this new house he was building out in Hawaii. But then on top of that, who's the guy that owns Oracle?
I used to work for him.
Dude, he owns like 99% of what's the island out there?
Kauai? Lahaina?
Lahaina. No,
No, that's
One of the
a bar in
Hawaiian
PB.
Islands?
he owns a fucking island.
No
it's like
shit.
it's not Lahaina. It's
Is it one of the main islands that he owns, or is it like a side?
It's a
island?
fucking big island. It's like, what's one? Let me look up the fucking Hawaiian island.
Never
It's
went out
one of
there.
the biggest, not one of the biggest. So the big island is what, Hawaii, right?
Yeah, and then you got Kauai and Maui.
Well, you have Oahu and Maui, which are big islands. You have
Yeah.
Kauai, that's a little smaller. But this one is, it starts with an L.
Still one of the Lahaina?
No, Lahaina is on Maui.
It's a bar
That's a
in-
city.
it's a bar in
Lahaina,
PB.
Lahaina is on Maui because that's one of the islands that got burned up.
Lanai.
Lanai.
Okay, yeah.
So he owns like 90-something% of Lanai.
Wow.
Like, I don't know
He
how.
bought it for $300 million. It's a 140 square mile island. He bought it in 2012. He bought it from billionaire David Murdoch. The remaining 2% of the island is owned by the state of Hawaii and a few private homeowners.
See, that's a good defensible space.
So imagine having an entire island to yourself.
He bought the main water utility infrastructure, all the commercial buildings, and 2 luxury Four Seasons resorts on the island.
See, that'd be good.
They
good
call
dude
it
to have
Pineapple Isle, which sounds like swingers.
Yeah, it does
Pineapple
sound like
Isle?
swingers, bro.
Pineapple Isle.
Oh, Isle. I thought you said pineapple eye hole. I'm like, eye hole?
Did I ever tell this story about him finger banging his chick in the back of the fucking car?
Oh,
What?
shit.
Can we say that? Or is he gonna fucking sue us?
I don't give a fuck. I'm past it.
We got more money than him. Oh, wait. Never mind.
I'm all the way up.
Yeah.
No, so fuck it. Once upon a time, I was driving him and his girl at the time to this event from one of their houses in Malibu, and he bought her one like right next door in Malibu. But I'm driving him, and we're going to, I don't know if it's a red carpet event or if it was like a dinner.
Red carpet dinner.
And I just hear, and
Who's got the suction cup back there?
I was sitting there driving. He's like, "Hey, Nick." I'm like, "Yes, sir." Just eyes on the road. He's like, "Look at this." I'm like, "Sir, I'm driving." He's like, "Turn the fucking mirror down." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
Okay.
So I take the mirror and I turn it down. I just get to like their eye level. She's not looking at him at all, or she's looking at him. He's looking at me with this like shitting grin. And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he's like, "Down lower." And so I turn it down lower, and he just sitting there like hucking it, like 2-finger deep, like going. And she's, what I came to find out, she's like in his shoulders, just, doing the whole bite my lip, moan and groan. Yeah, appreciating it. And I'm like, "Good on you, sir." And I just turn it back up, and he's like,
I was wondering why it smelled like tuna.
he's like, "That's how it gets done." I'm like, "Roger that." And
They're like, "You need an easy button for that." That was easy.
But yeah, that was one of the very few interactions I had with him when working for him. Normally, I was
funny.
just fucking gate bitch or whatever, property management.
That's funny, dude.
But yeah, he just decided to show off that his finger banging his girlfriend or
That's interesting.
wife at the time.
Yeah, it's wild stuff, dude.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a quick break?
Yep.
Sure. Wipers!
Bazinga.
I want to get one of those industry shirts.
Oh, dude, yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Actually,
Fucking
just
rock
found
that
mine
shit.
the other day.
I got plenty of them. Turns out I know a guy. Dude, but so I was in North Carolina. Sorry. Dude, I'm so bad on the East Coast stuff.
What do you mean?
Because it doesn't matter. It's not
Wait.
the West Coast.
It was North Carolina.
Yeah. What the fuck did you think you said?
I thought I said a whole
East
different
Carolina?
state, bro. There's North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, East Virginia. I don't fucking...
There's not really East Virginia. There's just Virginia.
See, that's how bad I am. I don't even know this shit.
Which is fucking crazy that they didn't call it North Virginia and South Virginia, because that's how everything else is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is technically a little further west.
Do they both have East Coast beach?
No, West Virginia, it might have a little bit that touches, what's that river there? The Potomac?
Yeah, I thought it was just pretty Appalachian.
Yeah, it's, let me look. But I don't think technically it's not on the East Coast.
Yeah, you can tell me,
But
but these are not things that
Geography is
occupy...
a motherfucker.
Yeah, these are not things that occupy
Yeah.
my brain.
Also, this is developed in 1780.
Yeah.
18.
Well, yeah,
40.
as a result of the Civil War is
Yeah.
how the West Virginia came about. you
Yeah,
know?
so Disney and I were out there a couple weeks ago for...
Yeah, no, it's landlocked, so it's not. I thought maybe there was a little piece that
That's
touched.
why they have 3 teeth and none of them touch.
that explains the West and the East, though, at least.
Yeah, but it is definitely more. It's more. I guess it's more west. It's more west than it is north, if that makes any fucking sense. It's north and west, but for them to call Virginia South Virginia and West Virginia North Virginia, that wouldn't really make any sense because
Man,
it's.
I pretty much stay west of the I-5, so I don't... That's pretty much my entire
Yeah.
life, dude.
That's how bougie we are.
Yeah, I know.
But imagine if that whole fucking thing was a state, which it was at one point, was all Virginia. I mean, that would be a big fucking state,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, Virginia's already fucking huge. It's just like Tennessee and Kentucky, but Virginia is almost, it's almost 3/4 the size of Virginia.
Shocker.
West Virginia's
All right,
fucking
Ryan, how's your
massive,
trip to fucking somewhere out east?
Right? Yeah.
So, after the geography lesson,
Right. So, yeah. Dude, we flew in because we planned this out for a couple months ahead of time. Because Kevin Ullman, been friends for years. We were producing his apparel for his brand Saftac for years. Phenomenal
what's
guy.
it called? Saftac?
Sorry, Savtech.
Oh, Savage Tactician.
Savage Tacticians, yeah.
Okay.
Former Marine, was a contractor for a while, and then basically was like, dude, I'm tired of this shit, and decided to start a brand. So he started Savage Tacticians under a different name, changed the name. It's been like 11 years been growing it, but dude, they're up to almost, I think this year they'll do like 10 million in revenue. So like a good brand, bro.
What do they do? Just shirts and shit? Or
Yeah, apparel,
they do everything?
Pants. I mean, they do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
They're just more than T-shirts and hats.
Yeah. They're a full,
They're like
full-fledged brand.
Born Primitive type shit.
Not quite that big. So Born Primitive is like
They're Born Primitive is cut and sew.
Yeah, and they're all, that's a whole different program. They do like, they're like $100 to $150 million
I'd like to
brand.
get that Cat Bear on.
Dude, yeah.
Talk shit.
He's a dope dude.
I've never met him before, but everybody
he's a
I
good
talk
dude.
to is like, dude, he's a great guy.
I've chatted with him a few times about apparel. Like, he's such a gracious guy.
Yeah.
And he's such a nice dude, and he's running such a big company, and he still makes time to talk with everybody.
We met him and Bruno at SHOT Show.
You guys
Wait,
did?
Were you with us?
I wasn't there for
Oh,
that,
I thought you
no.
were there with us.
I've talked with him a few times. I haven't met him in person.
Awesome. I mean, dude, I have almost everything they make except for shoes, which I really want to get in on.
Yeah, he's doing a lot.
Dude, they were making those Don't Tread on Me, those blue and yellow shoes.
Yeah,
I
the
was like-
shoes.
I was trying to order some forever, and they're always back ordered.
Which actually, here's a funny story is because Tim and I, before we ever started our podcast, Tim and I had our own podcast, Tim Spear, and it was called The Hot Wash. Well, then Born Primitive wanted to start their own podcast, and it was also called The Hot Wash, but we owned all the fucking domains for it. And so all of a
Sell
sudden,
that shit to them?
we exchanged it for, which is why I own all the Born Primitive
Oh,
shit
there
I
you
have.
go.
So we exchanged it for apparel and all this stuff because, Tim got full custody, so we had to move on, and then we started Liberty Risk.
Yeah.
But he's like, what is it going to take for me to get these handles from you guys? Because it was like hot wash. Like,
Lube up those lips.
You're not going to want hot wash 01,
Yeah.
So, yeah, we handed it all over and got a bunch of Born Primitive gear.
That's cool.
He's a great guy, man. But Kevin
So Savtac.
Yeah, Kevin from Savtac. We've been working with him for years. We don't work with him anymore, but dude,
Was that because they got too big, or?
No, we had a 3-year contract to produce all their apparel,
Uh-huh.
and it was great. We worked with him for a long time. He's going a different route with his apparel now, which totally makes sense too. I'm like,
That's what I was saying. I mean, you get to a certain point where it makes more sense. Instead of outsourcing your shit, you either start doing shit in-house or you're doing so much volume. It's like you need somebody to...
So
Not to say you couldn't handle whatever the fuck they're doing, but...
Yeah, so he did not grow us. He went a different route. I don't want to give up too much of this stuff, but he went a different route with his manufacturing.
Yeah.
That we don't do.
Right.
And so, which totally makes sense for him. And we talked about it ahead of time, and I'm like, bro, I totally understand. Like, and I love the guy too. Like, we've been friends for a while before we even started working together. He's awesome. So there's no hard feelings at all.
Will.
No, not at all. He's awesome. And he's one of the rare clients we've had where he is a great visionary, but he's also a great operator. So like, and most of the people who deal with are really good visionaries, but they're just, they can't.
What do you mean by
balance check.
operator?
So like the operations side of the business where like
he
the
runs
data
his company
analysis-
smartly.
Yeah. And he hires great people.
I thought
He's
you
really
meant
smart with it.
like pew, 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 pew.
Oh no.
And like I've said that before, like CEOs are great CEOs, but they're not the entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneur that develops a business is typically the worst CEO because he's too close to it. And
That's why I'm not the CEO of my own company.
He's the visionary. He's not the day-to-day development.
The operation side is totally different. That's why Disney is a better CEO than me because she's better operations than me.
That's why I made Nikki one.
Yeah. So
I'm one of one.
one of the things that I was
K2.
K Square's only fucking one employee company.
You're like, but I thought you said you're 101. Why is it K2?
Kevin Kent.
So you went out there.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway,
Entrepreneur and visionary.
yeah. So he's really good, but he's also super humble. So like he doesn't really talk about himself that much. He doesn't do interviews that much. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So
You said former Marine, right?
yeah. And so he
there is a
had
thing.
Now I lost my fucking train of thought again.
Get your shit together, Ryan.
I know, right? But we went out there for, that's what I was going to say. So we've had, and I'm not a marketing guy, and we don't have a marketing agency for Liberty Risk, but we've noticed that we get really good return on ad spend, ROAS, with some of our super basic ads. Like some of them are like 6 to 10 by ROAS, which is unheard
Massive.
of for a current apparel brand, right? And not that we're an apparel brand, but we do have a significant apparel division of the company. And so I was telling all our clients, like it's him and a bunch of other dudes, it's like, dude, you guys should start a podcast because we're seeing this great ROAS, and a lot of these companies are getting like, I mean, he's a different operation because he's at a different level. Most of our other clients we're working with are, mid 6 to maybe 7-figure brands, and that's a totally different operation. And those guys are getting like maybe 2, 3, if they're lucky, like 4 by ROAS.
I was going to say a 4 ROAS is for the audience is a good number.
Yeah, but it used to be back before I don't want to bore the audience with too much technical shit, but before the iOS changes in 2021, a lot of apparel brands were getting, like with a good ad agency, 6 to 7 by ROAS, so they could grow and scale. That's why a lot of apparel brands were growing back in the day, because they could be profitable acquiring a new customer.
Yeah.
And then that whole changed. Anyway, so I was telling all our clients, I've had conversations with probably a dozen clients over the last 6 months to a year. I'm like, hey, look, like we're getting really good ROAS at this stuff, and with Industry Threadworks, our whole thing is like we help apparel brands grow and scale because we produce their apparel. So I'm like, I want to do everything I can to help them sell more product because they're buying it from us. Like I want them to sell more product.
Of course.
And so I'm telling them like, hey, look, we're getting really good return on ad spend with our podcast because you're able to go deeper. You're able to tell deeper stories. Like people are still spending money. The bigger market picture is
free advertising too. If
Well, the
people that
thing is-
actually look at or watching a
Actually, it's really expensive
podcast.
advertising.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Well, if it's,
Tell them you got some cameras they can use.
if it's connected directly. So I was telling them that, like, hey, man, so basically, long story short, I've told a couple dozen of our clients, like, you guys should start a podcast because people are still spending money. They're just more judicious about who they spend their money with. And you can go so much deeper with your audience and tell better stories, which is really what people want to connect with on an apparel brand. The days of like putting up a cool photo and just like running an ad to it and getting return on ad spend is fucking over, Like people want to be connected with, people are much more aware of who they're spending money with now. And so they want to be connected more with their brands that they feel close and connected with.
Yeah.
And a podcast is a great way to do that. So I've been telling all our clients to do this. And he did it. He started a podcast called Light Duty, which is similar to ours. It's just like him and 2 other guys sitting around shooting the shit. And
Light Duties, it's kind of a good name.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. And one of the guys, like almost like semi-professional comedian. It's very similar. It's a good show. And so we set this up a couple months ago. So I flew out there to be on his show. And it was a great time, man. Just kind of shooting the shit. And it's been a while since I was on a podcast that was just kind of I don't know.
You weren't running it?
Yeah, where I got to tell my story because my story is not that interesting unless you're into like business and shit. Because a lot of like things I fucked up that are kind of interesting for people. But sort of that, but also the side project to that is with industry. I've been doing this thing where we have so much information. We've been running apparel for other brands for 19 years, man. And so like we have so much information on hundreds of brands on like best practices, best blanks, like how to do things, the things that work, things that don't work. We're the hub of information for hundreds of brands. So we have all this data and I'm sitting on all this information. I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this? And I was selling a program for a while and I was just like, dude, why the fuck am I bother? I don't have time to create this shit. I don't have time to deal with a paid program, but this shit is super valuable. And I wish more people knew about it. And I'm tired of gatekeeping it. So I'm like, dude, my goal now is I'm going to push all this information for fucking free to everybody. So I started a Facebook group. It's called Industry Threadworks Apparel Brand Owners Group. I might be fucking up the name, but anyway.
Yeah,
it's a free Facebook page. And
because I joined it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
And it's just all the free information that I wish I knew. So I went out to there and I interviewed Kevin, which he doesn't do interview. I think he's only done one interview in the last like 10 years on this stuff. Yeah, so I got to interview him for like 40 minutes. Super jam packed with information, and because apparel brand, you've ran an apparel brand. It's like, dude, you have no time to do anything else. Like, you're not interested in all the backstory and the bullshit. Like, you need actionable information. If you're gonna spend 40 minutes doing something, like, you need a return on your time. So it's like, let's pull as much information I can out of Kevin. Like, how did you build this brand over 11 years from basically you started in contracting in Afghanistan, and he was sitting on his rack trying to figure out what to do. And he's like, I'm going to start a apparel brand. Like, how do you go from that to $10 million in top line revenue? And so we pulled that information out over 40 minutes. And dude, it was such a fucking good time, man. And so I don't know if this is interesting or funny. It's not that much of a funny story, but it made me feel good to be able to document these stories.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry. Dying.
Just drink some Emerald Spear.
Right. Actually, that's a good point.
Smooth.
Yeah. See, much better. Cures all.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, dude. So that's what I've been doing, and that's why I've been not having to. We took a month off, basically, with the show, and I've been fucking doing Liberty stuff. I've been doing industry stuff, archive stuff, and I've been fucking working like 16, 18-hour days, bro. It's
No
been fucking,
shit.
Yeah, it's been a lot. That's why I haven't had time to do all this stuff. But I do think that this is going to be super valuable information if anybody's interested in starting an apparel brand, or even just like we talked with Tim. I had Tim over here. We did like a 40-minute interview about how do you
Tim Spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get apparel for your business? You're not an apparel brand. It's a totally different conversation than starting an apparel brand.
Yeah.
How do you get apparel for your business without
to generate the most amount of revenue possible?
Yeah, with the easiest, smoothest process possible, where you don't have to go through all the fucking shenanigans.
Yeah,
and like
sucking 10 dicks.
Yeah, you're not trying to start an apparel brand. Yeah, it's easy stuff. Anyway.
Where the fuck did that come from?
That's what he.
I love it.
That's what he tells his dog.
Yeah, that's what I tell my dog when I don't like what she's doing.
But anyway, that's what I've been focusing on the last 3 to 4 months. Once it's done, I'm probably just going to let it ride because I don't want to do it forever.
Yeah.
I just want to get all this information out there. It's now a podcast too. I mean, it's not really a podcast. I put it out in audio form. It's not a podcast. But
your stuff.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Kevin's stuff.
Well, that's on there. It's
He's
part
on
of the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's just called Industry Threadworks, and I'm just trying to get this fucking information out.
But how was the podcast you did with him? Like, what all did you guys talk about?
The light duty stuff?
Yeah.
It was fun, man. We talked a lot about
all the shit he gets hammered up for in the comments on this one.
People don't even know I'm on the show.
Same. Like Evan Hafer. He's like, oh, I love that podcast. You know it? Yeah, I'm on it. He's like, you are? All right.
He was supposed to come out with this one night, and I brought him a shirt when we were in Austin, Evan.
Yeah, he mentioned it.
I gave it to the other. Well, there's another guy. I don't know if this is public knowledge, so I don't go into it. But I gave Evan's shirt to another guy that was going to see him. But then we wound up shooting like 3 days later or some shit. I'm like, fuck, I should just brought the shirt for you.
Yeah.
Well, we got plenty more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evan's a good dude, man. Like, he's a really good guy. He was going through some shit for a little bit in terms of everything else.
His
like
health
everybody is. But
he's running a big company.
Well,
too.
what a lot of people don't know too is Evan. I don't know if you guys have seen that current tick crisis in the United States.
No.
yeah, that's what I was. I didn't want to go into that, but yeah,
he was pretty open about it, and I
just
saw it like public on Instagram, or else I wouldn't bring it up.
Are those the one that people are dropping off in helicopters and shit?
No, that's part of the conspiracy theory, which he also mentioned. But what it is, and like this is unequivocal. So Evan got bit by a tick in Texas, I believe, on like a turkey hunt. And once you get bit by this tick, and it's a certain species of tick, you cannot eat.
It's called Lone Star.
Yeah,
Those ticks.
the
They
Lone
have
Star
like
ticks.
a white fucking dot.
That's the one where you can't eat meat. You're allergic to meat.
Alpha
That's
gal.
fucking crazy.
Alpha gal.
Yeah,
So
I heard
my
about that.
brother's girlfriend, my middle brother in Tennessee, I had no idea what any of this fucking shit was. She's had it for like 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same shit.
You cannot eat protein without getting violently sick.
Dude.
And
like
Evan's a big hunter.
Sounds like a Bill Gates operation.
It's pretty fucked up, dude.
So Evan hasn't eaten a fucking piece of meat in well over 2 years.
Well,
Wow.
And he's
I
a big
think you
hunter.
can eat chicken. It's red meat.
Well, he told me that he doesn't eat chicken, and so I asked him, like, so what do you do when you're fucking like going on Joe's podcast and you go to these steakhouses? And he's like, Joe knows my order now. Now it's mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and there was something else that I can't think of like off the top of my head that like he just orders Evan. And Evan's like, the
It's
only thing
fucking
I don't
crazy,
like is I've been to the best fucking steakhouses in the entire world in the past fucking 2 years.
Haven't had a steak.
And I haven't had a fucking bit of steak.
That's the
Oh,
fucked
no,
up shit.
scrambled eggs. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
scrambled eggs. That's the other thing too. So, at least and I don't know, maybe probably shouldn't go too much into detail with this, but in terms of people having this fucking shit, like it's red meat, and there's a dairy apparatus to it as well. Or maybe that's a whole nother fucking thing, but a lot of it too is conjoined with was it lupus? Isn't lupus
Slightly.
fucking? Or no, I'm thinking some other fucking shit that's
There's
just
another
spread by ticks.
there's
Rocky
another
Mountain fucking spotted fever.
There's another tick-borne illnesses.
Well,
pretty
you said it's
serious.
like a variant of Lyme disease.
Lyme
that's
disease,
what I was
not
thinking of,
lupus.
yeah.
Lyme disease. That's what I'm fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lyme
Thank
disease.
you.
No joke, bro.
Yeah.
And he said it's just a variant of it. And after he first got bit, he was getting better. And then he's like, oh, fucking finally. And it just like crushed red meat. Like he said, a lot of the reason for the sustainability of this like health problem is due to himself, like not giving enough time to like let this shit wear off.
Yeah.
And like get back to it. But I mean, Evan's always like super nonchalant about stuff, and then also always very almost like self-deprecating to a point where he's like, "Yeah, fuck it, it's my fault. I fucked it up."
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, dude, like you shoot an animal like 4 animals every month, and like you're doing all these bow hunts with Joe. You're like, he has another trip planned out to like Wyoming and Montana and like going to Alaska and like all these things. And I'm like,
And then you don't get to enjoy the fruits of your fucking
and
labor,
that was
dude.
my
It's
next
like,
question.
yeah.
I'm like, what do you do with all these animals you shoot? And he's like, well, let's just say my neighbors love me. And he gives it all away.
Yeah.
Well, that's another fucked up thing. They were doing, they were having guys, so there's a company, Brigham, it's called Ways to Well, and they're in Austin, but Brigham Butler is like owns this company. He's been on Rogan several times, and he's the guy that basically diagnosed my knee when they fucking
wow.
overinflated the fucking capsule and shit, and like was basically like, dude, what the fuck? I've been in there. I've gotten peptides from them, and they do phenomenal work. But they do this other shit too, where you basically go in for a fucking oil change.
Oh yeah, dump all your blood.
They
and
dump
put in
all
new
your
one.
fucking blood out, and it pulls this, like, Brandon Schaub, I think, did it, and he's sitting there holding like 2 bags. It looks like piss, but it scrubs all the shit out of your blood, and it's literally like, I'm trying to equate what it is, but basically, it's an oil change. It pulls all the blood out of your fucking body, pulls all this
Kind of like
fucked up
dialysis type thing.
Maybe I don't
Almost.
know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
I don't
similar
know
to
enough
that.
about it, but I've seen so much on social media, and I watched a couple of podcasts. Brigham's super smart guy. You know, he's doing innovative stuff with stem cells, with peptides, with whatever this
So
fucking shit's
they'll
called.
go in, they'll pull out your plasma, keep all the dirty shit off on the side. They'll
Plasma.
fucking throw that
Yeah.
out, and then they'll take your plasma, put it back in with higher echeloned plasma, like shit that's like
Yeah.
reinforced.
So
in order
anybody
to
that's
fight
done
it.
PRP, protein-rich or platelet, is it
Platelet-rich
platelet-rich plasma?
plasma, yeah.
So where they take your blood and they spin the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And they have this syringe, and it looks like piss. It's yellow. It's snotty. Viscous,
snotty.
very viscous. But I've had it injected in my head after I had I had a hair transplant.
I had that put in my dick.
But yeah, is that what you had? Well, I remember you were getting that shit done, and we never got did it work or not? You and Dakota both had that shit. but whatever.
If it was impressive, I'd show you.
No, on another note, but having that shit injected in your head supposedly is supposed to help, grow hair.
Yeah.
People get it injected for different reasons, but essentially, I don't know I don't know enough about it to speak to it, but other than the fact I've seen it on social media and I've seen dudes like holding bags of this snotty fucking fluid going, hey, I got an oil change. You're like, what the fuck? So I don't know if they just pull all this.
They just pull out your plasma. They pull out all the negative shit, and it is an oil change because at the same time, you almost have to do a transfusion because they're pulling out so much blood at the same time that you would pass the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he was holding literally I would say probably
freezer bags.
Yeah, probably 2 overfill freezer gallon size. So if you imagine. I mean, that's not 2 gallons,
I saw that
but
pic, dude. That's a lot.
Oversized gallon bags of this piss-colored
plasma,
viscous shit. And then, I mean, I would think you would
probably need that
some kind of fucking blood transfusion because when you give blood, you only give a fucking pint, and your body holds 6 liters, right? 6 liters of blood.
I love what Kevin's measurements are in booze. It's not liters.
That makes sense.
It's pints.
It holds 6. It holds 6 steins.
Yeah, it's 6 steins. Can you believe this?
So 1.75. So it'll hold 3. So your body has 3 handles of blood. So if I drink an entire handle, I'm only 20% drunk.
And it gets you back to Kirkland Original.
Yep, there we go.
No, but your body has 6 liters of blood, right? From what I remember from like TCCC.
From EM, I
don't even want to Google it.
No,
I think I'm 90% sure.
Sounds good.
6 liters.
Checks out.
Which if you figure, doesn't really feel like a lot. You figure a 2-liter bottle, you have 3 of those filled with blood inside your body.
It's a high percentage of them in 2 bags of bullshit.
Well, and that's also the extract. Like that's almost like the nectar coming out of your blood. That's not even your blood.
Dude, you must feel so supercharged after that.
Or super weak. You have like one drink. You're like
weak as fuck until you get pumped back up. And then hopefully, I mean, here's the other thing that like scared me about that whole process is like if they do a transfusion, I've heard a number of people that got a blood transfusion during like a crisis or like medical emergency, and they just hooked them up with somebody that had AIDS or HIV.
What's wrong with that?
Don't they check for that shit? Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, you would like to think
so. Screen that shit, right?
But I mean, it's probably kind of depending on what nurse and what fucking
Magic Johnson giving blood out there.
Yeah. I think they run that shit through. Well, I don't know. To be honest, can you run that shit through like some kind of weird fucking
I would imagine
UV
or shit.
But I just remember I got my blood results back probably back in shit. I think I came back from Morocco and just to make sure I didn't have fucking AIDS. And no, I'm just kidding. No, but I did this blood thing, and it was before I went to Morocco. It was in like December. And dude, they said my ferritin level, my iron content was through the fucking roof.
That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, and they were like,
all fucked up.
They were like, you might want to see your primary care provider about this shit. And I went and donated blood because I talked to my doctor about it. He goes, well, you take testosterone, right? I go, yeah. He goes, when's the last time you donated blood? I'm like, never. He's like, apparently you're supposed to do that every like 6 months to a year.
I should probably do it.
Dude, I've been on fucking testosterone for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And I never
did either. That's probably why I had a hard time.
Also, the last time I got asked to like donate blood, I just came back from Burning Man. I'm like, nobody wants my blood right now. Nobody wants this right
I will
now.
say,
Dracula's saying no, bro.
I mean, the funny shit is they draw your blood and they test it to make sure it's viable. Mm-hmm. But at what level are they looking at? Because I go, dude, if I've got high iron content in my shit, this is some shit you should be giving to people that are anemic.
Right.
So at some point they should flag this stuff and go, hey,
You would think.
This is
person,
for the deficiency guy.
Yeah.
Like it goes
versus-
into a different bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, man. There's some wild shit out there.
Like, how the
It's-
fuck do they even?
It's surprising how the medical community doesn't communicate with a lot of the like truly cutting edge science stuff that is really like doing the real work. The mainstream scientific community,
Yeah.
the mainstream medical community, dude, they're so stuck in their old ways. You really got to advocate for yourself in so many ways.
It's like archaeology.
That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning right
I
now.
agree.
All right, gentlemen, you ready?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
fucking cut it.
Call
Let's
it.
do this.
Thank you guys for
Yeah.
listening.
Thanks for listening to us ramble on.
So tomorrow's episode, we're gonna have your buddy Zach on.
Yep, Zach on, former Green Beret, and him and I are about to head to Tokyo on Friday for weekend some change, and then going to Rome directly from there. Doing a bunch of photo work, and he is going to come out with a product that anybody that travels or likes guns is going to dig. And
Damn, Tokyo to Rome?
yeah, I'm going to Tokyo to
Fuck,
Rome.
bro.
Yeah, he sounds like an interesting guy.
Yeah,
gonna be
he
fun.
is, and he's got some impeccable stories. Like I said, former Green Beret, went to dive school. He was on like the dive team over at the ODAs or the dive ODA. Went over to GRS, turned into entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Right up
Yeah.
our alley.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. Hey,
All right.
fucking check
All
us out on what?
Every single platform.
Patreon.
Make sure you buy these jerky crisps. Make sure you check out Emerald Spear's new Reposado on our website. Make sure you use the Liberty Risk code. Keep on drinking Coronado Brewing Co. And
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the normal stuff.
and please do that, please. And then also for all you fucking idiots talking shit in the comments, you can suck my dick. This is my fucking podcast, not fucking yours.
Oh, love you
Always a good
guys.
time. Thanks.
Later.